Like he's the best. He's the best player in the world right now.
Working, I don't take the day off. I know my hard work gon' pay off. Please don't act like you know me.
He's the best. He's the best player in the world right now.
I try to be cordial with everybody. I don't make problems with nobody. I was trying to man my business, but they made me hit the kill switch. I still afloat in this world. I try to with everybody. A nigga move fast, I symbolize. I told him I'm tired, I almost died. Go your position and stay alive. I made it farm and I never check. I know my everything got a name, but I capitalize with the other side. Even my secret, if you wanna have it, we just gon' wait till we get outside. Fuck around, probably just go inside. You better pray with that come inside with no invitation. I'll kill you with no hesitation. This is my reason. No hesitation. Kill you with no hesitation. With no hesitation. This is my reason.
Some of my friends, Yo, it's SBtalkSports. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, yo, check it out. It's SBtalkSports. Like, share, subscribe. Real takes on fake debates. Let's get into it. Hey, today I'm on. It's SBtalkSports. Like, share, your mentor to me too. Helped me out when I was coming up in the game. Like, share, subscribe. Real takes on fake debates. World class. Get into it. Hey, today I'm on. I dropped the link in the description. Yo, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Helped me out when I was coming up. Follow on Facebook and download on our podcast. Chris, get ready. We're gonna switch over to the screen. So make sure everybody go hit every link in the description. Salute everybody in the chat. We're gonna switch over to the screen. So make sure everybody go hit every link in the description. Salute everybody in the chat. We're gonna switch over to the screen. So make sure everybody go hit every link in the description. Salute everybody in the chat. We're gonna switch over to the screen. So make sure everybody go here. Every link in the description. Everybody in the chat. We'll switch over to the screen. So make sure everybody go here. Every link in the description. I'm doing pretty good, man. It was, man. I hate to say you got me. We got the 7. We got the game 7 that we wanted, but yeah, man. You got the best of it. I'm doing pretty good, man. It was hurt off, man. I hate to say
I had to bring them back. I had to bring them back, man. My good friend.
I'm doing pretty good, man. It was hurt off, man. I hate to say
I had to bring them back. I had to bring them back, man. My good friend. And once again, this is the World Class Hoops Podcast. Available, you can see at the bottom of the screen. I had to bring them back, man. My good friend. And once again, this is the World Class Hoops Podcast. Available, you can see at the bottom of the screen. I had to bring them back, man.
Yep.
And once again,
yeah, it did.
Spotify, YouTube, also available on Facebook. At World Class Hoops.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it did.
Spotify, YouTube, also available on Facebook. At World Class Hoops.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it did. It was, first of all, we got to tip our hats to the great series. First and foremost, off that, it was definitely a great series. But it was, first of all, like I said, man, they hit the last shot, man. That's all. Off that, it was definitely that's all that's a great series. But toenail away. First of all, like I said, man, they hit the last shot, man. That's all. It was let it go. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumble.
Toenail away.
Man, they hit the last shot, man. That's all. It was let it go. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumble.
Yeah, I mean, it really that movie is all you can say. Honestly, my thoughts on this series. Injuries. I mean, because honestly, it looked like Brooklyn was probably gonna cook Milwaukee. Yeah, I mean, Kyrie and just found out that Kyrie wasn't. Honestly, my thoughts on this. I just think this kind of took Brooklyn out. I mean, also, honestly, it looked like Brooklyn was probably gonna cook. Man, Milwaukee. Honestly, I know I picked Milwaukee. Kyrie wasn't, but they should have lost that series after they gave that 5. I was like, look,
since we was talking about it, at first I was like, I hope as a basketball fan, I hope it goes 7. It did. It's probably one of the best series we had. The 2 best series we had. So I was excited from it, and then like KD got to show that he was the best player in the NBA. to me, he still showed that no matter what, win or lose, he did everything. He showed that he can do more than score, which is a great thing because everybody swear they can't guard KD. To me, he still scored the ball, which is cap. To me, so and then the other guys, Giannis, I still see the same problems with Milwaukee, but now he's like playing a Hawks. Do they have anything that can stop that? No. And then with the Trey Young, because I know I've been getting a lot of flack about saying Trey Young's overrated. Right now, I think this is I should have. I should have. He proved me wrong. I swear I believe in with the Trey Young because somebody must have sent him like a whole bunch of threads. Like he's calling him overrated. I know I was in that little thread. I've been going on ever since I said he's overrated. But this is the series when he's gonna get exposed. Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah, man. And he responded. This is the similar messages because I know I was in like, but this is the series when he's like, people send him like, man, we need you to score 30. So I'm like, okay, I see. He responds to messages that he sees. And he responds to messages because I know I was in like, this is the similar messages because I know I was sending him like, man, we need you to score 30. So I'm like, man, we need you to score 30. He responds to messages that he sees. He responds to messages that he sees.
You gotta respect that, man. Especially going to the Eastern Conference Finals and go up against Milwaukee. Before we talk about that, we get your thoughts on Philadelphia. First off, I agree with you.
It's the same thing that I've been saying.
But let me get your thoughts on Philadelphia. First off,
okay. It's the same. Yeah, for Ben Simmons with me, it's okay. They don't have a closer, and I've been calling this out about Philly because the reason why I said I had the Nets making the finals because I didn't believe in Milwaukee and I don't believe in they don't have a Philly. Because Philly has not been the same since Jimmy Butler. They don't have a closer. They don't have a closer. I don't want to hear the excuse about Ben Simmons not the second option no more. He's a third option. It's no way. You having the ball that most in your hands, and the offense runs through you, and you're not shooting the ball. It's not even like he's not even trying to shoot no way at all. And I guarantee Philly is regretting making Tobias. You're not Tobias Harris over. It's not even like he's not. I know for a fact at all. They're regretting. I guarantee Philly has to. They have to. There's no way you can look me in a straight face and say that. It's not even like he's not. I know for a fact. Like, yeah, we picked Tobias Harris. We took Tobias Harris. Like, come on, man. No, there's no way you can look me in a straight face and say that. It's not even like he's not. I know for a fact. Like, yeah, we picked Tobias Harris. We took Tobias Harris. Like, come on, man. No, there's no way you can look me in a straight face and say that. It's not even like he's not. I know for a fact. Like, yeah, we picked Tobias Harris. We took Tobias Harris. Like, come on, man. No, there's no way you can look me in a straight face and say that. It's not even like he's not. I know for a fact. Like, yeah, we picked Tobias Harris. Come on, man. That's a whole other story for another day about that defensive player. I think they gotta do something. They gotta do something. Man, that's a whole other story for another day about that defensive player. I think they gotta do something. They gotta do something. Man, that's a whole other story for another day about that defensive player. I think they gotta do something. They gotta do something. Man, that's a whole other story for another day about that defensive player. I think they gotta do something. They gotta do something. Man, that's a whole other story for another day about that defensive player. There you go. There you go. They gotta do something. Man, yeah, that's a whole other story for another day about that defensive player. There you go. There you go. There you go. They gotta do something. Man, yeah, that's a whole other story for another day. Yes. There you go. There you go. There you go. Man, yeah, that's a whole other story for another day. Yes. There you go. There you go. There. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Paul Pierce definitely came up off that. Paul Pierce definitely came off that. But with Doc, I just think he got to make better in-game adjustments. Sometimes he got to stop. One thing that Doc does that I don't like is that he fall in love with his players too much, where he fall in love with his players so much that he don't want to hurt their feelings. So instead of thinking about the game plan and winning, he didn't pull Ben Simmons knowing he hurting the team because he didn't want to hurt his feelings or kill his confidence. Like Doc, that's one thing about Doc. I say he fall in love with his players too much. So he ain't gonna pull a KG or Ray Allen if they selling the game or Ben Simmons because he like, oh, I don't want to mess with his. I'm like, no, man, pull him. It's about winning. You got it's like a time for it and it's a time not to do it. Like with Marquette, with Harold from the Lakers, it was no reason to sit him that much, and he should have been playing. Ben Simmons should have been out the game. You hurting the team more than you helping the team. You know, so yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Without Doc being covered. Mm-hmm. Adjustments. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, off of the say Kawhi first. Kawhi doesn't. Kawhi's the first thing first. And then I got a question for you too about what Paul George said about Doc. Do you believe it's true now? But so for them, it's just like because now even if Devin Booker go off, because the problem with the Clippers, they always let a star player go off for some reason. If you're a star player, you play the Clippers, career night. You go put up your best numbers, see what Luka did. You go get career numbers against the Clippers. I guess they just settle for like we're not gonna let the role players kill us, but you still got to worry about Aiden. I feel like what can they do? Even if you contain Booker, then here comes Aiden. I feel like they have to be a better defensive team. They have to get stops, turnovers high. You got to make the Suns a high turnover team, especially with Chris Paul being out. They don't really have their floor general. So like with the benefit of having Chris Paul with the Suns was like plenty times where they used to get out of control. Chris Paul to come in and slow the game because Cameron Payne, everybody killing me back because I don't like Cameron Payne. Nothing personal. You just garbage when you had this jersey on. He was trash. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not the tick, either the dancer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cam, yeah. And then with Cam, so I was just like, with him, he's playing great, but he's still a gun. He's a gun. He gonna shoot that. He gonna shoot that ball as much as he can. So you got to take advantage of that. Put the pressure on him because you put the pressure on him. Then now he can't get the ball and get it done. So my other question I wanted to ask you about was Paul George. Remember he went crazy on Doc Rivers, and once he went crazy on Doc was like, don't blame me. Y'all should have played major shots and all that. But Paul George exposed him and said it was how he was playing me. That's the reason why I'm playing better. So now I want you to think. So now, was Paul George right? Because remember, Paul George was getting a lot of slander. So was he right? Mm, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Two shots, yeah. Man, playoff Pete. It ain't been the same since he called himself playoff Pete, man. It has not been the same. Mm-hmm. Yep.
credit though, man. He had 7 threes in the other game, and I mean he has been playing good. He's been playing good for the most part. He didn't really play good in that but he's been playing good for the most part without Kawhi. But I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to that, what I see that's different with the Clippers is that they like with Ty Lue, they make adjustments. You got Reggie Jackson, you got Terrence Mann out there hooping. Zubac's not really my favorite guy to have out there against DeAndre Ayton, but Serge Ibaka's out. So it's like, what are you really gonna do? So for me, for the Clippers, at this point, I honestly think they just need to rest, man, because in that fourth quarter, like all I'm seeing is short jump shots. Reggie Jackson wide open, front of the rim. Paul George, right of the rim. Luke Kennard, front of the rim. Everything's short, man. And it looked just like they did in the first 2 games against Utah. So I think you might see Phoenix go up 2-0 tonight.
Don't write them off.
And then you'll see the Clippers rest. And then I think they'll make it more interesting in LA.
The Clippers, man. I got the Suns winning this series.
Hey, all I know is even if they get down 2-0,
I just don't think the Clippers have enough to get it done against this team. And the Suns has been too hot. And I feel like with the Suns, you beat the defending champions, injury or not. I got the Suns winning. You got to make it to the finals at least. You beat the Lakers. This is the best year against this team. And the Suns has been too hot. Any team that don't like with the Suns, they're like, we're going to expect to win because next year the Lakers and the Nets is over. Make it to the finals. I'm letting y'all know now. Beat the Lakers. This is the best year, and I like this though. Everybody can any team that don't, but that's why I know like we're going to expect to win because next year, or they just one fan of just one player, one team instead of basketball. Because if you a true fan of basketball, and I like this, you love this because that's why I know these. I love the mystery of not knowing they just one. I can't legit tell you one player. I don't know one team instead of basketball because if you a true fan of basketball, you love this because I love the mystery of not knowing who gonna win it. I can't legitimately tell you, Chris. I don't know who winning. I don't.
Hey, I'm with you. It's a toss. This is like the first time it's been a toss up, and I don't know how long. But I mean, you got Phoenix. The Clippers have never even been to the conference finals. Atlanta. This is their second time being to the conference finals. And Milwaukee, I think this is like their third time since like 2000. So it's like, so I mean, somebody about to be happy for the first time in a long time, man. It's gonna.
If you ever go to any games, though, if you ever go to any games, or anybody watching from Phoenix, everybody out there, watch out for the Suns and Foe guy, man. He real, man. So you go tell your Suns and Foe and my question.
Hey, shout out to my family in Arizona, man. My uncle and my cousins. I got family out there. Phoenix,
tell them watch out for him. He a dangerous man, man. Suns and Foe.
Especially August.
Hey man, look, if I knew that's all he had to do was beat up the drug guy from the rival team and say my team in 4 to get free tickets and jerseys and NBA player shout-outs, I would have been punched somebody at the game. If that was the case.
Hey, but you did see now, like some Suns fans did jump some Clippers fans the other day.
Yeah,
Now they saying like see what Devin Booker has started. Like this is what I'm trying to say.
You see what I just said? I might have to go throw a hook or two. You feel
like,
me? Zach LaVine, man, give me a shout out, baby. See red. The tickets.
Bulls and Foe, baby.
Bulls and Foe. Baby. I'm courtside right there. But yeah, no, you're right. Okay, but let me know what the doctor said. All right.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah,
but I mean. You know what? We kind of just like glossed over that Eastern Conference Finals, man. You said you've been saying Trae Young is overrated, but I mean, what's your thoughts on this series with Atlanta and Milwaukee? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, much the same like I said about the Nets for Milwaukee. It's going and much I said the same thing actually about Atlanta too against Philly. It's gonna come down to pace and 3-point shooting. It's gonna come down to if Milwaukee can control them in the half court. Milwaukee also Giannis is gonna have to work in this series, man. Yeah, because I mean Clint Capella, John Collins, the number Okongwu, all the bodies Atlanta can throw at Giannis. It's gonna be tough, and Milwaukee cannot afford for Bryn Forbes and Middleton and all them dudes to shoot bad like they did in the first 2 games against Brooklyn. So I got the Bucks because I mean I picked Bucks Clippers at the beginning of the year, so you know I'm picking Bucks, but Bucks in 6, man.
Bucks in 6. I got the Bucks in 5 or 6 games. This is. First of all, I'm gonna say this. I was wrong about Trae Young. I'm gonna give him his respect, but this is the series where what I was saying about Trae Young is gonna happen. Why I said he was kind of overrated a little bit. This is the series where he's gonna get exposed. And Giannis is not even the most important player in this series. If y'all really want to know the truth, it's gonna be Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday defensively depends on how he gonna play Trae Young, and he usually take advantage of smaller guards. Everybody knows. Drew Holiday is real respected around the league. Is probably one of the best defenders, if not the best defender. So that's going to give Trae Young a problem. And he's going to frustrate Trae Young. And that's you're going to see the Trae Young I was telling you about, where forced a lot of bad shots, which he had been shooting, but he's affecting the game with his passing. So, but I feel like Drew Holiday is going to even make that harder for him. Chris Middleton got to be that guy where he got to average like 25 this series, 25. And he can't do it this series because, he can't. And with Giannis, because Giannis going to still do his thing, but Chris Middleton is the third best player on the court in this series because it go Giannis, Trae, and Chris Middleton. So now with Milwaukee having the first and the third best player in the series, and you probably rank Drew Holiday as fourth if you really want to go that deep into it. So you got 3 of the best 5 players in this series. So you should actually beat down on this Atlanta Hawks team easily.
I got you, bro. No, I heard what you said, bro. I'm going with, you know what? Because I think the best player in this series is probably going to be the most important player in this series is going to be Drew Holiday. I think you got the right idea. It's going to come down to Drew and his ability to defend against Trae Young. I think Milwaukee's really going to need his scoring from the perimeter, and it showed in that Brooklyn series. I mean, just look at Game 7. As soon as he started lighting it up, he started hitting the outside shot. What happened? Milwaukee ended up tying the game, ended up winning the series. And also, man, while I'm here, man, Brook Lopez, man, you lucky Kevin Durant stepped on that line, man.
he almost sold the game.
Oh, man, you lucky he stepped on the line, bro.
I was like, yes, sir. He sold the bag. KD come through with a clutch. It is.
Hey, but Kevin Durant did not lie though. He right, man. His big ass foot did keep them from ending their season.
He knew he went. You could tell KD went for the win.
Toe away.
Toe away. KD went for the win because he knew they didn't have the legs to win in overtime. They was over with because like they could have beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee didn't have the heart to even finish. You could tell how the overtime went. If the Brooklyn Nets wasn't tired as they was, their legs was gone. Steve Nash and played his starters the whole game. Then I think the Nets would have came out and won, but their legs was gone. It was a wrap, and Milwaukee just hit the last shot.
I think Milwaukee was just better down the stretch, honestly, man. I mean, It was really Kevin Durant by himself. I mean, at the end of the day, Brooklyn, I mean, like I said, it was injuries. It was just too many injuries for them, man. No Kyrie, no James Harden. And then at the end of the day, like, I mean, can you really rely on Bruce Brown to, like, kind of put the team on his back? You know what I'm saying? So I just think Brooklyn didn't have enough. And I mean, I hated that KD had the last shot of KD had this season was an air ball, but I mean, because I mean he did everything he could to put that team on his back, but he was out there by himself. I mean, no Kyrie, no Dinwiddie. Harden was there, but Harden was broke. He was like 5 for 17 or something like that.
One leg, so he was in the way.
Yeah, he was on one leg. It's like, come on.
He was in the way more than anything.
It was tough, man. Kevin Durant he tried, man. He came close.
Yeah, he did. He did everything though. That's I said. I'm like, even with him losing, he still showed that he was the best player in the NBA. So even coming in, that's why I tell everybody, oh man, he airballed the last shot. I said all the greats that missed or airballed the last shot. Kobe did, Mike did. I did LeBron and airball shots. Like it happens, man. It happens, but that can't take away from everything else he did because he was hitting every shot. He just didn't make the last one. And Milwaukee hit it. Even Giannis hit a clutch hook. About time he actually did something what he's supposed to be doing, do a poster. Like, thank God. Like, if he would just do this all the time, because Giannis really, honestly, I keep telling everybody, I said, Giannis, you can't tell me any player you know. If I told you, just say future-wise, hey, man, a player won an MVP back-to-back, and then one of his second year, he won the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. You'll be like, I know he's the best player in the league. And he's not.
I mean,
it's like Giannis should be the best player in the league.
I mean, if you didn't see that, but I was there, so I don't believe
it. Yeah, you know the truth.
I know the truth. Because I don't think he should have won. I don't even think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. That should have went to one of the two ADs. It should have either went to Andre Drummond, because he was top 10 in both blocks and steals, or it should have went to Anthony Davis. So, I was there. So.
MVP either, too. Honestly, I think Bron should have low-key got it.
Nah, you couldn't give it.
You could have. You could have. You could have given it to Bron.
That's too disrespectful to Anthony Davis.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that's probably why they gave it to Giannis. Like, yeah, if we give it to one, it'd be disrespecting the other player. Then okay, okay, I see why. But
Like Anthony Davis had like he had higher numbers than LeBron, like 6 of the 8 major stats. So it was like you couldn't really like look at that and be like, how?
Yeah, like, he's more valuable than AD. Yeah. You're right. Respectfully, I have to respect that. I understand.
No, you good. No, I feel you, but that's perspective because that was my argument all last year. Was like like how? Like, come on, I can't do that, man.
And now with I didn't know this though. I meant to ask you this about this too, not to get off top from the playoffs. With Kemba Walker getting traded, I didn't know I thought you had to wait till the season was over to make trades. Like,
yeah, I did too.
So like, I'm like, what the? I'm like, bro. I'm like, Kemba Walker just got traded. I'm like, and it's the trade deadline pass, or is this like we just letting them know
the playoffs? Though?
Right. I'm like, could you just wait or something? We just letting you know when this day drop, you're traded. We just letting you know ahead of time.
Right, you gone, bro. You traded.
I'm like, bro, what did he do? Like, he must have cursed him out in the exit meeting. Like, you traded somebody when you don't be supposed to be making trades. Like, I'm confused.
Only thing I could think of was maybe that's like some of them new COVID rules where they was like, hey, man, look, we know it's a rough season. Let's trade them. But other than that, I don't got nothing for you, bro. I was like, I didn't know you could trade people in the middle of the playoffs, man.
I didn't know
that. You know? But like that situation in Boston, that had got so bad. They was like, nah, bro, we want you out of here now. Like, you know, it was just rough, man. They also probably just wanted a fresh start too. But,
yeah, because I think Brad Stevens taking over now, which I think he should have waited. Even though I know he gonna want Kemba gone regardless, I think he should have waited till he got his coach who gonna run the helm of the team to see what moves he can make. Because what if Kemba actually might have fit the new play style of the coach better? Even though I know Kemba been playing that bad, but you never know. Because now if they move like Marcus Smart or anybody else like that on the roster, or maybe the coach actually would have wanted that player on the roster. So I think he should wait.
No, I get what you said. No, I think like with Marcus Smart. One, it was a rumor that like Brad Stevens was favoring Marcus Smart, which was cause for some of the problems in the locker room, supposedly. Mm-hmm. But also with Marcus Smart, I think with him, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown, I mean, that's a solid trio. The only thing is they always hurt. Like one of them is always hurt. Like Marcus Smart was out. Jason Tatum, he started the season hurt. Not Jason Tatum. Kemba Walker started the season hurt. Jason Tatum missed like 20-something games. Jaylen Brown missed the playoffs. So, like Brad Stevens, like I never thought he really got a good shake with that roster. Like Kyrie was out. Gordon Hayward broke his leg like the first game. Like in Boston, like Brad Stevens never really got his full complement of people. He was always operating with like a half-hearted roster, but was still like getting to the conference finals. So I mean, give him some credit. I mean, I'll give him credit as a coach. But once again, I think it's just one of those situations where you need a new voice in the locker room.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that. They just, like you said, they need a new voice. And then it ain't like he got some big shoes to fill. Like, Brad, don't get me wrong, he was a good coach, but he didn't accomplish anything when he was in Boston. So it ain't like he got that much big of a shoes to fill. Even now he's like, Doc did a good job, but did Doc really have that big of a shoe to fill? Because it's just like, it's Boston. I think it was just the magnitude of you winning in Boston more than like Doc was just this great of a coach or Brad was just it's Boston. Anything you do in Boston gonna be magnitude. Like it's like certain places in the league you can go and you do anything in the league is gonna be magnified more. Like if you go to Chicago and win or New York, especially New York. Any star player that goes to New York and win automatic legend. That's why I even heard the story that LeBron really wanted to go to the Knicks instead of his Lakers, but his wife said, I want to live in LA. Because LeBron already know, if I go to New York and win, I'm going to be labeled the greatest player of all time. Because the Knicks fan base is so desperate. They was celebrating that they was in the 4th seat with a parade in front of the stadium. And the Knicks was more popular than the Nets.
I think LA was decided long in advance because of business opportunities. Not to say that you can't do it in New York, but also just think about LA, like movies and all of that. I just feel like LA was a fit for LeBron, man. Plus, that Kobe thing too. A bit of that Kobe thing too.
Well, yeah, but we didn't know Kobe was gonna die though before then. We didn't know. That still shocked everybody too. Because to me, I said if LeBron, to me, I feel like right now going to the Lakers in the present time today, going to the Lakers was the smart move. But I feel like to me, future-wise, for legacy career, I think LeBron should have went to the Clippers. Because if he would have went to the Clippers and won, and of course, like today, we're not going to appreciate it more. But when you look back in the future, like LeBron took two dead franchises, Cavaliers and the Clippers, and made them relevant. That'll hold way more weight than just winning with the Lakers, to me, in my honest opinion. I'm like, you take two dead franchises who never done anything, no player can never say that. And that can add more to the legacy with the GOAT debate. Because, we nitpick when it comes to the GOAT debate, and any little thing will help because that's a huge accomplishment to do. If you take two dead franchises and bring them to the promised land, you can't argue that.
I mean, if you take any franchise, I feel like if you win any championship, they
I say I don't know because people have called the Mickey Mouse ring, COVID ring, this ring don't hold no ring, this ring don't hold, Dirk ring weigh 1,000 pounds, LeBron got number court. I'm like, bro, they won a ring is a ring. Y'all trying to label ring. I didn't know rings could be labeled different. People call it Cupid Sacoma, this, that. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all got to stop, man. They won a championship.
Hey, a championship is a championship, man.
Yes,
that's all you can really say at the end of the day. I mean, let's be real. Like, yeah, Kevin Durant, Clay was hurt, it was a bubble. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you could kind of say that every year though. Like everybody got injuries, you know what I'm saying? Now, some injuries happen at the wrong time. Some more significant injuries happen at the wrong time, more so than others. But at the end of the day, it's like you really can't fault the team that won the title. It ain't like they hurt that dude, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of, but at the same time, it's like at the same time, it's like you got to look at it realistically. Like with like the Warriors Raptors series, would that series have been different? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what would happen if Kevin Durant and Clay was healthy?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see that. I thought that was going to be a good series too.
You talking against the Raptors? They're going to get swept. I was like, I got my bro next to me. It was going to be a sweep. It was going to be something. It was going to be
talking about Raptors Warriors? That year when they made the finals, that wasn't going to be no sweep. The Raptors swept them that year in the regular season.
That would
have been a much more entertaining season. That would have been a much more entertaining series, man. If
Warriors
the Raptors and Warriors both healthy.
Warriors at 4. It would have been Warriors at 4. It would have been that nice. Because even KD played a little 6.
Wait, did you really just say they was going to sweep the Raptors?
The Warriors would have, if they was healthy, the Warriors would have swept the Raptors.
No, they Warriors because the Raptors beat them twice. They swept them in the regular season. Look, they would have gave them some smoke.
I would tell you the same thing.
I picked the Warriors in 6 in that series. So
I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I say with my broken Chicago Bulls heart. Every time during the playoffs, we used to play LeBron. And the Heat used to whoop they butt all regular season. Then we get the playoffs, it'd be a different story.
That's because we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough scores. We didn't have enough.
Melo, all you had to do, Melo, was just come here. We didn't need you to do nothing. We just need you to equal out LeBron, make him tired. We didn't need you.
Shout out the 2011 Bulls. That might be my all-time favorite Bulls team. Yeah. Just because outside of the dynasty, of course. Because outside of that, obviously.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna take the D Rose Bulls too. I gotta take the D Rose Bulls first. Then I go to the 90s Jordan because I know my history. I was a baby, so I didn't get ready to enjoy it like I would enjoy it now if the Bulls going to run. So I got to put the team that I seen that I love. But then after that, then it's a Jordan era.
See, I saw the back half of the three-peat. So I was actually alive for that, but I was like, like 6 and 7. But I remember it though. Like I remember seeing the games and stuff. Like the first three-peat, I had all the championship videos, so I kind of like remember it, but not really. But the last three-peat, I saw that. So I actually did see the Jordan Bulls. So that's my all-time favorite, and then the D Rose. But yes, one of the 10. But Shaq, what year were you born, man?
93.
All right, so who did the Bulls play in the finals in 93?
It would be the Phoenix Suns, correct? I believe so, yeah. It would be the Phoenix Suns.
It would be the Phoenix Suns, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the Phoenix Suns have not made it to the NBA Finals since 1993. Wait, when's your birthday?
When I was born, April 28th.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you was around. You was around for them to make it to the finals. Well, in honor of that, man, we're gonna name our top 5 Phoenix Suns players all time. Our top 5 favorite Phoenix
favorite. Okay.
Suns players, not best. I don't want people in my comments, trying to bring the smoke to me, man. I'm naming the 5 guys I like. 5 guys that when I see them, I think, oh yeah, Phoenix Suns. Boy, that's somebody's like, man, he was on the Suns. He was nice. I remember. So top 5 all-time favorite Phoenix Suns players, man. Who you got?
Okay. Number 1, I gotta go. It's not even a recency bias because I called him. I've been calling him this nickname before then once he started training with Kobe. I gotta go. Devin Bean Booker is my number 1 favorite Phoenix Sun because he like Kobe. I gotta go. Devin Bean Booker. That's his nickname. Devin Bean Booker. That's his name. Bean. That boy, baby Bean. Bean Booker. Then number 2, I gotta definitely go. Amari. I loved Amari around that time. Had a lot of highlights. Then I have to go Nash. Nash at 3. Number 4. Ooh. Number 4, favorite Phoenix Sun of all time. I'm gonna go Sean Marion. I got
Sean Marion. Okay. I gotta go right Sean now you got Booker, Nash, Amari, Marion. All right, who your last one?
I gotta put Chuck in there. I can't be this. I gotta put Chuck in there. I gotta put Chuck in there. Yeah, I gotta put Chuck in there. What about you?
All right. My top 5 all-time favorite Phoenix Suns. I'm gonna go backwards. 5, Sean Marion. Sean Marion be 5, bro. And I'm gonna say that, but I'm gonna name some people that I wanted to put. I could have said Kevin Johnson. I could have said Paul Westphal, who was a former head coach and also played for the Suns in the finals in '76. And like he had like a lot of good quotes during that Bulls finals in '93. Michael is not beating us. And, that whole year he was like, because, that year Phoenix got down like 0-2 in the first round. So they was about to get swept. And he was like, I guarantee we won't get swept. We're gonna win games 3, game 4. We're gonna win on Sunday. And then they won game 3, game 4, won game 5. So, so I almost thought about him. And so I almost thought about Kevin Johnson, Paul Westphal. But number 5 is Sean Marion. I'm going with number 5, Sean Marion.
Hey, Sean Marion from here, right? I believe. Oh, he's from here. I don't know if he's from Chicago, but is he from here? I believe so.
He's from Illinois, yes.
Illinois, I know he ain't Chicago. Yeah, that's what I got to show the city.
I want to say it's Peoria. I want to say Peoria.
Yeah, Peoria. Yeah, that's why I had to put him in there. I know he's from here. Well, not from here, but he's close enough.
Yeah, he's from the state. Sean Marion, my number 5. My number 4. I'm gonna go with Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire, my number 4. Devin Booker, my number 3. I ain't gonna call him Devin Bean Booker. I think Bradley Beal is more similar to Kobe than anybody. I think Devin Booker got his own lane. But I think Devin Booker got his own lane, man. He just influenced by Kobe. I think in terms of play, Bradley Beal is more similar to Kobe than anybody.
Yeah, I can see what I said. But Kobe done put his imprint on a lot of people. He got a Kobe camp. Yeah. Everybody played like Kobe now.
D Book. I think Kobe is just one of his favorite players. I don't. When I watch him play, like other than like the long jump shot and how he uses his arms when he shoot, I don't
that really fade though.
Yeah, I don't really see too much of Kobe other than that. Like
he got that Kobe fade though. He got that fade.
Like the fade and the long arm jumper. That's about it. That's all the Kobe I see, bro. Yeah. And then my number 2, Charles Barkley, man. Charles Barkley, my number 2, man.
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah,
and my number 1 is obviously Steve Nash, man. Steve.
Yeah, you gotta put it. Nash was nice. Nice.
Hey man, look. I'm about to say something that's gonna totally make it sound like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth with this. Steve Nash was my favorite player when he won MVP. Yet, I personally believe you could make arguments he didn't deserve either one of those MVPs.
Oh yeah. Nobody's gonna argue with that. Nobody's arguing that. We all accepted that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like 06 should be Kobe and 05 should have been Shaq. I mean, now I understand why they gave 05 to Steve Nash because Phoenix was the best team in the league. And I mean, like they still had the same. He was literally the only person they added. So it was like, all right, I get it. But honestly, man, all them guys were pretty good too. needed somebody to like kind of put the ball in their hands because numerically he wasn't really the MVP. He was averaging like 15 and 11. But when you watch what he did for the team, it's like, okay, I could see that first one, but that second one, no, that should have been Kobe. I think 06 should have been Kobe.
Yeah, and it's like now we got to the point where we did win aged and we look back at things. It was like, yeah, we kind of got that wrong, but we're not gonna go. We can't change it. You know, we could just use his team was just playing that good. We wasn't expecting this for Phoenix. You know, he's pretty much the engine. He's the most valuable. Nash not there, they're garbage. So you know they got little things they can cover the wound with, but we know the truth. We all know the truth. Yeah.
So so who's your last Phoenix Sun, man? Who's your last Phoenix Suns player?
My last Phoenix Sun. I had Chuck. Chuck was my last one. It was
okay. Marion, Nash, Amari. Oh, we had the same five. Okay.
We pretty much had the same five different order. I'm for this. I was surprised when he showed my honorable mention got to be blonde hair Jason Kidd, man. You know when he's with the Sun. Jason Kidd, Slim Shady cut. Oh man.
Bro. Steph. I would have mentioned Stephon Marbury before I mentioned Jason Kidd with Phoenix.
Yeah, he was out of line. He was out of line for that Slim Shady.
Jason Kidd was way better in Jersey by that point, man. In terms of Phoenix, in terms of favorite Phoenix Suns, I put Marbury over Jason Kidd.
I might put Jason. I might put Jason Richardson over Jason Kidd. Vince Carter or something.
Man, it was a lot of people that commented. I know Nick Mitrovich from Windy City, the PA announcer. He said Gar Hurd from 1970, the forced overtime for the Suns. A lot of people said Barkley on my Facebook, Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley was somebody else I thought about saying, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna go with Sean Marion.
So, I didn't even check my. I was looking. I ain't checked my comment. Somebody said,
yes, I was talking about on my Facebook yesterday. I had nobody commented in the chat today, but Sean Marion with that flick shot. Sean Marion with that flick shot. I had to put him in there, man.
Yeah, he had that little flick. Somebody commented said Nash deserved both MVPs. Nah. Yeah.
A lot of people said Nash.
Yeah.
Quentin Richardson. Somebody said Quentin Richardson yesterday.
So my comment said Nash deserved both MVPs. You can debate that.
He said he deserved both MVPs.
He said he deserved both MVPs. We can debate.
I mean, I give you the first one, but not the second.
Yeah,
and the reason why I know why he won the second one though, because I mean the Lakers was like a 7 seed, so
yeah, it was hard to give it to him.
It's hard to give it to Kobe, but then I mean Westbrook got it as a 6 seed, but once again he averaged.
It's a triple double.
It's like a triple double. So it's like throughout what you're seeing with like the MVP throughout the years is like the rules kind of bend a little bit, depending on like it's like the rules kind of bend a little bit.
It's like with every award. That's why I was like,
they started bending.
And I'm glad you brought that up because this is what I want to talk to you about too. So, Defensive Player of the Years, I feel like we need to have a better criteria, or we need to get a better understanding of who Defensive Player of the Year should be, because I believe they got it wrong. Because it's 2 years in a row where we see either the Defensive Player of the Year be a liability or get cooked. Perfect example: Rudy Gobert was a liability. That's why Terrence Mann and all them shooting all them threes. They should have pulled him. He was hurting the team. He was hurting the team. But this is your Defensive Player of the Year. Then you go to last year with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Jimmy Butler was cooking them. So it's like, what can we do, or do you think they have it right, or what can they do to actually get the Defensive Player of the Year right?
The last 2 years, I don't think they have. I said I think Ben Simmons should have got it this year. I thought it should have went to Ben Simmons this year. And then last year,
I think Draymond Green should have got it. Ben Simmons, I think Draymond Green should have got this point because Ben Simmons, he don't deserve nothing. He don't deserve an award. He need to go to the gym and practice. Don't give him nothing. I think he should have got Defensive Player of the Year though. Like I thought he was really the anchor for Philadelphia defensively on the perimeter. I mean, they had like 3 guys get all defensive, and that's because of like Ben Simmons' ability to be versatile on the defensive end. So I mean, you can say what you want about his inability to shoot, but on the defensive end, I mean, dude was pretty good. He was good.
Last year,
I thought nothing though, because
I thought that should have went to Andre Drummond or Anthony Davis though.
Yeah. I don't think Giannis should have got that one because he didn't look like the defensive player of the year once he was on that court at all.
I thought he had a case. He had a solid.
He had a case. He had a case for it.
But I would have went this year. I would have went the other way.
Yeah, he did. Even this year, yeah, I would have went the other way too. Even this year, though, like he didn't even want to. He was avoiding guarding KD. Like, come on, man.
Hey, but when he got out on him, and he started making them shots tougher. Walking into going to the finals, man. So it worked out.
Yeah,
it worked out in the long run, man.
Yeah, it did. Like you can't deny it. Can't be mad about it. It did work out in the long run, but I don't know, man. I hope they get the awards right in the future, but I doubt it. Cause I made a video about it. I didn't drop it. I got all the awards right. I pretty much swear I got everyone right. So you kind of get used to how they do their criteria.
It's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of perspective because like I'm with you. Like it's they got that I thought they got right. Like Julius Randle. It's like okay,
yes.
But last year I thought that should have been Devontae Graham from Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't even the finalist. You know because they ended up going with Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram, yeah.
You know, it's like it's a matter of perspective. You know, sometimes who you think maybe should get it, but like sometimes, it's like, nah, man, I don't know what y'all was looking at with that one.
It seemed like every year, like you said, every year it seemed like it changed. The criteria changed.
Like this year, Coach of the Year.
I think Tibbs
like Coach of the Year could have went either way this year. That could have went to either of them three guys: Quinn Snyder, Monty Williams, and Tom Thibodeau. Could have went to either one of them three. It happens.
I gave it to Tibbs because he had the least talent to work with, and nobody expected him to be where they was at. It's clearly coaching why that team is good. It's more coaching than the players to me with that team. Like any other team, you can argue that like okay, sometimes the players really getting over the top. Like Monty got Chris Paul, who's a coach of his own. Then you got Devin Booker, one of the best upcoming guards in the league. Then you got Quentin Snyder with the Suns. I mean the Jazz. They're great defensively, but you still got Donovan Mitchell. And a veteran PG with a Mike Conley. So we can pretty much get the job done on their own, too. Not saying they didn't do a good job coaching. They did, but I just feel like Tibbs had to do literally more coaching for those boys to win with the Knickerbockers.
No, I feel you. No, I think that's a fair argument. My argument for Quinn Snyder was like that team was literally in first place all year long, like start to finish. They was the last team to lose 10 games. And then they literally was in first place from start to finish. So I was like, that's kind of impressive considering we always kind of wait for Utah to fall off. So I mean, they did it in the playoffs. They did in the playoffs, but like it's a regular season award. In the regular season, they didn't. So I was like, you know what? That's actually pretty good. And then like with Donovan Mitchell missing games and actually watching Utah and how they would play the high pick and roll, all them guys that would hit outside shots, I was like, you know what? I could vote for Quinn Snyder. I could see Quinn Snyder winning that. I would like to see him win that. Not to say that Tibbs and Monty Williams weren't deserving. That's just my perspective on Quinn Snyder. Once again, perspective. That's
perspective, yeah. And then another question, Chris, because I definitely want you to probably either if I catch your free time, either before the lottery or during or after, we got to do it. Because Chris is my fellow Bulls guy, man. You know, he with the city, but we know we love the team.
Man. C-Red. It's C-Red, so I'm good over here, bro.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. But my question is, should we, if this pick though?
Your question was good.
Yeah, I got to pray for us. If this pick go to the 4, if it don't go to the 4, what should we do? Or if it do, which would you rather have? Would you rather for us to get our pick back at number 4, or go into the trade market where we got a Ben Simmons or a Dame Lillard possibly in the trade ramp to go for? What you want to see the Bulls do?
So if the Bulls get the number 4 pick, what would I want to see the Bulls do?
Or I'm saying, or if they, which one? If we don't get it, would you rather get the number 4 pick, or would you rather for them to try to trade for another piece?
Like say that again. You said if the Bulls get the number 4 pick, what I want them to do, like trade it or like pick a guard?
No. I'm saying
honestly, if the Bulls get number 4, I kind of want to see them try to get Suggs.
Suggs, that'd be nice. Yeah, no, I'm saying, would you rather for them to get the pick or try to go out and get like a Ben Simmons or a Dame Lillard? What would you rather for the Bulls to do? Like add another piece or just hope we get this pick?
Wait, would I rather see them add a piece?
Or
it's weird because honestly, Shaq, I'm gonna be real with you. I've already accepted the fact the Bulls not getting this pick. Like, I was like, I already accepted. Like, nah, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I've already accepted the fact that they're not getting this pick, dude. Because you expecting I mean, the D Rose miracle did happen. I'm not expecting that again. But, you know, so I'm not expecting them to go top 4. But if the Bulls do get the top 4 pick, they're really in an interesting position because it's like all these contracts are coming off the books. So you can really revamp that front court. You could, if you get a top 4, you could try to get a front court player like an Evan Mobley, who I don't think he's gonna fall to 4, but you know, you could try to get him. You could try to get Jalen Suggs out of Gonzaga. I mean, you know, to be in the backcourt. I mean, you know, everybody keeps saying the Bulls need a point guard. You know, they need another guard to go back there with Zach LaVine. You could try to get him. You could try to get Jalen Green. You can look at some of the guys from the G League Ignite, like Jonathan Kuminga. I already said Jalen Green.
Jalen Green.
I always forget the other Dyson Nix, the other dude. I know his draft dropped a little bit, but I mean, it's a lot of options out there, man.
Yeah, and this draft is gonna be a deep draft too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why. It's gonna be a deep draft in the sense that like it's not really much. It's not really a lot of deep talent in this draft. Meaning like these guys, it's like a lot of guys that are really good, but like right now, it's gonna take like a couple years before you get that real impact outside of maybe Cade Cunningham.
But he going number 1. I think he might go 1, maybe. I think Cade Cunningham might go 1. I think he should go 1, right? If the budget depends on. He's projected
to go number 1. Evan Mobley number 2. Jalen Green and Jalen Suggs are projected to be like 3 or 4.
Yeah, and they have not been the Bulls. So because now Kobe White out, so I'm pushing the Lonzo Ball bandwagon train. Who you want for that point guard position?
You want Lonzo? That's who you want. I want Kobe White. Honestly, I think Kobe White could work.
But he hurt though.
White could work. I know he's hurt, but I know he's hurt, and I know like that also may affect the situation. You know, moving forward, considering his new management. But also, I think Kobe White could work as a starting point guard, man, in the league. Even though to me, I'm considering like, you know, LeBron was leading the league in assists last year, and Jokic was like at the top of the list. You really just need somebody that can facilitate. And I think the only problem with Kobe White is he can't facilitate. He's not really good at facilitating in the half court. He's a little he moves a little too fast. You know, he's a good scorer, but he's not really like a floor general. I just think if you can get Kobe White to slow down, calm in the half court and be a floor general, I think it could work, especially with how good he can score the ball. Yeah. But if you do want to go out and you want to try to get somebody other than Kobe White, I can understand why you would say Lonzo. But I still think I would want somebody that's more developed as a shooter already. You know what I'm saying?
Lonzo got better though.
Somebody like because if you go with Lonzo and Kobe White, I mean they kind of Lonzo's a little more developed, but in terms right, it's kind of like the same player. It's like, you know, guys that are kind of hit and miss in the half court when it comes to shooting floor space and threes. You know, guys that can facilitate. I think Lonzo's a much better facilitator than Kobe. Yeah. But on the other side of that, Kobe's probably better scorer. So it's like, probably better off the dribble than at scoring than Lonzo. So I don't know. Yeah.
But to me, I feel like the Bulls, we don't need scoring. And I think
I'm sorry. I got that backwards. Lonzo better scoring off the dribble than Kobe. Kobe better than shooting from the outside than Lonzo.
Yeah. I think like for us, I think Kobe would work if we didn't have Zach LaVine as the 2 guard, because they're both a liability on defense. So I think Lonzo Ball will bring the defense that we need. We need the actual floor general to control the pace of our offense, because we gave him too many leads sometimes when we actually was winning. And I think Kobe White, if he want to play the role of the combo guard where he cared more about scoring, to me, I think he'd be great as the 6th man for the Bulls, coming off the bench where he can play his game, don't really have to change too much. Because I feel like it's like I done watch Kobe White so much that if I notice this as a fan watching the game, I know people in the NBA notice this. Like, I can tell how Kobe White dribbles when he's finna pass and shoot the ball. Like, he's not, he's like.
A lot of them guys like that on the board.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like, he feel like when he's scoring, he's look like it's an elite dribble. When he trying to pass the ball, he don't like he dribble as good with the ball. So, like, I can tell before what he's doing with the ball before he even does it. And I just feel like he will flourish more as a 6th man with the Bulls, and we need somebody who can run the offense, play defense. And Lonzo has become a better shooter and the pacing that we play with will benefit. Yeah, and the pacing we play with will actually help his game. So he actually get a team where he can run the team and he'd be his team, and we can actually have confidence in him. I'm pushing for Lonzo. I don't want Schroeder though. Yeah. Schroeder, no. Schroeder, hell no.
I know you pushing for Lonzo. Look, man, Lonzo. Look, I'm not against Kobe. I'm not against Lonzo. I just want to see the Bulls win. But right now, I think when you look at the Bulls, with all the contracts coming off the books, it's hard to get excited about anything in terms of like individual players because they like considering what AK and Eversley been doing, the door is wide open. Like I just like so far with what they did with Vucevic, they got my trust, man. As a Bulls fan, they earned my trust. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just sit back and let them work. If we don't get one of them top 4 picks, I'm like, all right, they might make a trade. If not, they make a free agent move. I think it's a new era in Chicago, man. It's a new era in Chicago Bulls basketball, man.
Thank God. Oh my goodness, this is right. You hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head.
It's like it's for the first time as Bulls fans, we don't have to worry about like, man, what do we do? It's like, okay, we got something. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. That's actually like I can sit back and I'm like, okay. And even with the Vucevic move, everybody was talking about like, oh, the Bulls got swindled. I said, no, we didn't. We made a great trade. We didn't give up nothing but a couple picks.
You say what?
And some people was trying to say that the Bulls didn't make a good trade. Or I'm like, bro, we made a great trade. We gave up 2 players who wasn't worth anything, getting injured, and we just gave up 2 picks. And the first pick really wasn't supposed to be worth anything because it's supposed to make the playoffs, but injuries and COVID happened, which is cool. But the next pick they got is not going to be that high. The Bulls going to be a great team. We got our pick coming up this year. So just in case we do have another bad year, our pick could be in the lottery. We got this pick. So we're fine. And like I said, I trust him too, and I want Lonzo Ball too because I think he'll help Vucevic to actually have him like a point guard to actually give Vucevic the ball. And he's great with the ball in his hand too because I feel like AK is trying to make the Denver Nuggets East, but that's why he kind of went with that. Like
that's kind of what it's looking like. It's starting to look like that.
Trying to make.
Denver Nuggets East.
That's what he's trying to do.
Because I mean, and it's like what you expect. It's like what you expect. You got him from Denver. Like that's so
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. So exactly. I already see what he was doing. As soon as we got Vucevic, I was like, yep, I see what you're doing, bro. I see
he ain't the same, and he ain't running it up the court like Vooch, but he can pass though.
I will say this, man. I think the Bulls have a 2-year window. And the reason why I say 2-year window is because Vucevic's contract comes due next season, 2023. Yep. Zach LaVine's contract comes due next summer. I think they should get him extended probably to 2025. And then if you can do that, try to extend Thaddeus Young. Try to extend Thaddeus Young as long as possible, man. Keep him in that locker room. Use him as like your veteran. And then 2023, Kobe White contract is going. I think he goes into restricted free agency or something like that. So it's a lot of contracts that the Bulls can really move come 2022, 2023. You got a 2-year window, man. Like I say, try to extend Zach. If you can't get him extended long term to 2025, at least extend him to 2023, man. Make one make it a 2-year window. That's all I want to see out of the Bulls.
Yeah, or say that, look, man, I'm not saying this gonna happen because obviously it's possible, but a certain superstar, which everybody mad who I've been saying he's the best player in the league, and I only want to say this because it's halfway on my channel, and people gonna be like, "Oh, that's why you rock with KD." But KD was rocking with the Bulls. He said, "Love how the roster coming together. It's a nice team." And I believe if KD contract not up, I think his contract up after next year. We might have the money to go sign him. So I don't know. I'm just saying we got options, and I trust AK. He gonna make moves happen.
Hey man, look, hey,
you got options.
It's a lot of optimism, man. But I mean, this is supposed to be a playoff check-in, man. We didn't got all off the playoff topic, but I mean, we did what we came here to do. So I'm gonna wrap it up, bro. We can just wrap this one up, bro. It's also starting to get hot, bro. It's starting to hit that. It's starting to hit that 80 threshold. So
Oh, you got to do dogs today or no?
So yeah.
You got the dogs today or no?
So yeah, appreciate you for sliding through, bro. Appreciate you for sliding through the World Class Hoops podcast. SB Talk Sports, man. What's good, man? I always come through and say something in the comments, man. So shout out to y'all for tuning in. Shout out to you for sliding through. Positive energy.
Yes, sir.
Positive energy to everybody, man. You know, Shaq, I'm gonna have you back on here, man, for some probably
for sure.
Some more
I'm gonna need you to come on too.
You know, some lottery. You already know, bro.
Yeah. I said, do you do dogs today or no? Or no? You gonna do dogs today?
You say what?
You do Chicago Dogs today? You doing a baseball game today or no?
You the baseball? What baseball game?
The Dogs. No.
Oh no, ain't no dogs. They on the road right now. They on the road right now. So no, this is today a day off. This is about to be a legit day off. Like
oh yeah, they enjoy that.
They ain't doing nothing today.
When the Bulls start back, I'm definitely gonna link back in too.
I'm about to kill, bro.
Yeah. When the Windy City Bulls start, I'm gonna link back in on the Windy City Bulls too. I'm definitely gonna get back on that.
All right, that's cool. But hey, man, once again, salute to coming through, bro. Salute to coming through for the World Class Hoops podcast. Salute to SB Talk Sports, man. Hey, let's wrap this up, man. We're gonna get up out of here. It's starting to get hot.
You gotta go outside. My fault, man. If y'all was commenting in the chat, bro, my fault, bro. I was on the screen. I was sharing the screen. Oh, that's my boy Chris Rouse, World Class Hoop Podcast, man. I got a little bit of time, a little bit. If y'all want to come in the chat, let's chop it up. Man, I know y'all was probably on what I was saying. But what's going on, man? Salute everybody. Salute, man. Well, everybody was like, you couldn't hear. It was echoing in the beginning. My fault, man. That's my first or second time trying to stream somebody else stream at the same time as mine. Let me see what y'all was saying in the comments. My fault if y'all missed y'all comments, bro. My fault, bro. Salute SB. Salute. My boy Wuda say show G airball with. I ain't showing nothing. Y'all showed them cooking. Salute Taj. Jalal Wilkes. Salute. Tiffany says salute. Yeah, Taj. I know y'all seen when y'all said it was echoing. I was trying to go back and forth. That's when I stopped looking. I thought you heard echoes. July, you say you're on 50. You on Facebook and stream all the time. Yeah, I'm on everything. I was on everything, Todd. I was on everything at the same time, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was on like 5 different apps. Oh yeah, give me all the update, man, too. Like I know I haven't been dropping as consistent as I normally have been. A lot been going on. One, you see, I've got a new setup. Hopefully, I will be sometime this week. My other baby girl is going to be here, so I'm getting ready for that. And I just started at the radio station downtown. Possibly, if everything goes good, I might actually be having a sports show at the station. I might be producing, might be on it or whatever. So that's going to be another big move that we got going on. Yeah, so it's like a lot been going on this week, but trust me, once everything get good, my little girl gets here and everything's set with my schedule, I'm going to be dropping every day. Also, check out for my news break until like the season start. All my Chicago content will be on news break first before I put it on here. This channel gonna talk about everything. I'm gonna go from every little bit or every little thing. So be prepared for that. So be prepared, guys. I'm dropping there. You're gonna get more live streams from me. I'm probably gonna try to live stream, if not every day, every other day, for the playoff games, especially when the football season start. I'm letting y'all know now the only 2 teams I'm really gonna cover, unless it's like something big going on, it's probably gonna be the Chargers and the Bears. I'm gonna get into baseball. I'm probably gonna do baseball more when the playoffs start, unless it's like something crazy with like the news. So I'm definitely gonna get back on it, guys. I know it's just a lot been going on. I know everybody been looking for SB, but trust me, streaming every day. KD's still the best player in the league. I stand on that. Trae Young, I did call Trae Young overrated. But he proved me wrong. I put respect on his name. I know I got to go to July channel. I know I think it was Wilk who's the Atlanta Hawks fan. He said he looking for me. I pull up all the time. Trust me. I don't duck no smoke. I don't duck it at all. Salute my boy Legion of the Knicks podcast. I got to come on there. He said, "Yeah, I'm trying to put his echo. I hope I fix the echo. Can't hear nothing. Sixers got to step their development game. Yeah, they do. What up, Wee Bay? Salute Super Ty. Salute my boy Ray. I think this Wilk right here. Wilk. Go Hawks. He said go Hawks. Salute Insane Craze. Facts, we stay there 2-0. My boy Sean just dropped in the chat. What's up, Sean? Sons that confident.
What's up, SB?
What's up? What's going on, man?
No, not much, man. Hey, listen, man. You and I have a long overdue thing we need to do we need to talk about these top 10 point guards of all time. You said
yeah, we do.
you didn't have Oscar Robertson in your top 10.
We have to do that. I don't. What did I say? Who was in my? I said Oscar Robertson. No, I said I think I said he was a top 5. I think I got him in my top 10. Did I say he wasn't top 10?
I think you said he wasn't top 10. I think you said he wasn't top 10. I'm a little concerned that you didn't have him in your top 10.
No, I got him. I'm gonna say. I think I said he in my top 5. I know I ain't saying Oscar Robertson was top 10.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned he's not in your top 5.
Yeah, I think that's what I was getting. No. Why not? What concerns you about it? Who? That's what I want to know. What concerns you about? The big O not being top 5.
Yeah. Because first of all, you didn't say who was your top 5. But
okay, I could do that. My top 5 would obviously be Magic 1. Oh man. I'm gonna go Curry 2. I'm gonna go Stockton 3. 4. I'm gonna go Isaiah Thomas. At 5, I'm stuck between Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry. And then Big O will be after them. I know that's disrespectful to you, but all right, go ahead and say it. I know you're finna say how you got them over Big O. Go ahead. All right, now you finna say it. Go ahead. How you got them over Big O?
Well. First of all,
no disrespect. With all due respect.
How Russell Westbrook is in your top 5.
I said Chris Paul.
You said Chris Paul. I can understand Chris Paul being in your top 5.
Paul.
Yeah, I can understand that. I don't have Chris Paul in my top 5, but again, his book is still being written. I have Chris Paul number 6 on my list.
Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah, but how you have Russell Westbrook in your top 5 and not Oscar Robertson?
I feel like pretty much Russ doesn't get as much respect as we can both agree to that Russ doesn't get as much as respect that he deserves. One, but he pretty much Russell Westbrook is Oscar Robertson pretty much just the same player, but I think Russ has done more besides win a championship.
He's not Oscar Robertson because he can't shoot like Oscar Robertson.
I mean, what's their percentage compared to?
Hey, Oscar, man. Oscar was a better shooter. You gotta go back. No
disrespect.
Yeah,
he was him. He paved the way for a lot of how the game played today. Oscar Robertson, 6'6", point guard.
But what y'all say? Russell Westbrook is our modern day Oscar Robertson, though. He does everything like Oscar.
I would say he's a modern day Oscar Robertson because I don't think Russell's a point guard.
Yeah, I mean, he has. You could say he has that. Like he has the. He's in that Jordan. I look at him as that Jordan lane as that super athletic player that has the skill set, but he has to be with a coach to unlock his whole full potential, in which he has never had that coach to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's just
Wade, like Sean contested is like Wade. Like Wade was super talented player, but we're under Pat Riley. You know what I mean? And unlike, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, with me, I ain't gonna lie. I have a little more love for Russ because Derrick Rose my favorite all-time player. Then Russ was my second favorite player in the league at the same time. So it might be a little bit of biasness in that, and it's a little more fuel to the fight. And I feel like Russ don't get enough respect that he deserves. He get too much hate for me. How do you have a player that gives everything out on the court? I ain't gonna lie. Every player has their problems in their game. Russ is that he just can't slow down in the fourth. Because nobody complains how Russ played 1 through 3rd. Russell Westbrook, nobody can sit and tell me with a straight face they wouldn't want Russell Westbrook on their team from the first to the third quarter.
But yeah. And here's the thing: it's not even that though, but that's kind of a little bit of myth in a sense too, because in the fourth quarter he has shown much time, and before it's just the fact that he has failures and that he don't have the championships. And when you
Mm-hmm.
and it's like he's the ultimate scapegoat. He's probably the biggest scapegoat player in NBA history.
And he got a lot of clutch defensive plays too.
Right, he gets inched on when he's not supposed. Like, and I mean, of course, the times where it's like the Portland series they lost, and then like the Utah. Okay, I understand that was under, but at the same time, he took a lesser. He at the same time, like. But in the question that the Portland series, whatever, he took a step back from Paul George. That wasn't like that was his team, but Paul George he took the most shots and he was whatever. So it's like people don't put other things in context of his failures. And it's like, man, I mean, you can't say he was 23 years old in the NBA Finals.
Yep.
So
Like,
can I ask a question? Question. So the question is, if you have Russ in your top 5,
or 6,
or 6, was Russ ever at any point in his career the best point guard in the league? And the second part of that question is, who did Russell play with that you could say because he played with Russell Westbrook, he's going to get Hall of Fame consideration?
Okay. Okay, I can definitely say, to answer your first question, I believe the year he won his MVP, he was definitely the best point guard in the league. I know everybody gonna be like, "Oh, Steph." No, Russ Westbrook was literally doing everything. He took a bad Thunder team that shouldn't have made the playoffs. They made it to the playoffs. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs. We thought they was going to fall off because KD was gone. And then the second part of your question is Paul George. Paul George, everybody obviously says that Indiana Paul George was the best Paul George, but which is false because Thunder Paul George was the best Paul George we've seen, and his play only got developed higher because of playing with Russell Westbrook. And he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Now, did they highly underachieve? Hell yes. I cannot deny that. They highly underachieved. They lost to a rookie Donovan Mitchell in the Utah Jazz, which they shouldn't have lost because everybody had that Thunder team at least making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Yeah, so they highly underachieved. I cannot deny that.
Yeah, I think Westbrook would finish in the top 10 of all time. I don't know exactly why I got him ranked. I think when it's all said and done, he's gonna be top 10. I mean, at the end of the day, like the things he's doing on the court, you don't see, man. At the end of the day, and at the end of the day, it's a team game. It's like we gotta be fair. Or he has fairs. Like I mean, me personally, out of all his fairs, I can't give him a pass for that. The Utah and the Portland, really. I can't really give him a pass, but like, but even like, for example, like this year, people issued him. I'm like, dog, he went against the Sixers. Y'all really act like he was supposed to win. Y'all act like he was supposed to be like. I mean, I know some Loser fans had them last year. Last year, had the Rockets beating them, but at the same time, like, dog, they lost to the champion. Like they would beat everybody like that. Yep. So it's like, I don't know. He can't get a fair shake.
What's going on?
What up, Sal?
What up, Sal?
Let me come on, everybody, to the panel. I think the biggest issue with Westbrook now at this point, because there used to be concerns about how he played down the stretch of the game. I think the biggest issue with him is he hasn't proved that he's getting compliments of another star player. Because we've seen him play with Durant, we've seen him play with Paul George, we've seen him play with James Harden, and that's the glaring issue with him. He hasn't proved that he can compliments another star. Yeah, because we know early in his career he had issues with Durant. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you might want to accuse or give more to blame, that's up to you. That's the glaring issue with him. I don't know if you feel the same way about that, but that's how I feel.
I can see that, but at the same time, though, besides Durant, which Durant won championships of joining a dynasty situation, what other people that you could say that won championships without, like, ain't like people besides Durant, they go and leave and they win the championships.
I mean, I think
they in the same situation. They in the same situation that he in.
I think Ibaka's the only one from that team that left.
Yeah, but Ibaka's a role, Ibaka was a role player. He said like so I would talk about other star players being confident in them. But like the Paul George and James Harden, they have playoff failures too. So it's like
the question is, Okay, Shaq, I know you. So where's Oscar ranked? Do you got Oscar what at number 2, 1? I know
Yes,
Oscar.
I have Oscar number 2 all time.
Okay, which I can respect that.
Yeah.
So with me having Russ higher, I know you. I think last time we shared this argument. No, I said Oscar wasn't in my 5, and you said Russell wasn't in your 10. You said if I was to put Russell in my 10, he would be number 10. So we I remember that. So to me, ask you this. So then, I mean, you probably have. I'm looking at a list right. So would you have Walt Frazier over Russell Westbrook?
Yes.
What about Bob Cousy?
Yeah.
Come back to me on that one.
I got Bob.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd, yes. I have him over Russ.
Steve Nash.
See, this was interesting to me. I don't want me to cut in. I wonder what would be different from Oscar Robertson and Westbrook if Westbrook would have won a chip with Durant.
I said Russell Westbrook is our generation Oscar Robertson to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like if Oscar didn't win a championship with Lou Alcindor before he left Milwaukee, well, how would his career look at? And probably we don't revere Oscar in the same sense as Russell because we get to see Russell play and we get to see how people criticize no matter what he do now at this point of his career.
Well, I think the context of Oscar's career obviously is that he went up against his teams went up against obviously the Russell Celtics and Wilt and Elgin and Jerry West and the Lakers, and he for a lot of people was the player of that individual talent of that decade. Like even Jerry West said, nobody he played against in that era was better than Oscar Robertson. And so for Jerry West to say something like that tells you everything there is to know about Oscar.
Oscar before he won that championship. If I'm not like me, a lot of people from that era still had Oscar like they probably put him in the top 10 before he won a championship. He was that good.
He was that good. Yeah, he was that good.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look, I mean, even if you look at those Cincinnati teams, their second best player was probably Wayne Embry, who nobody really talks about. Wayne Embry's a Hall of Famer. But nobody says, "Oh, Wayne Embry's an all-time great." Wayne Embry didn't the 50 greatest players list of all time. Like, that he wasn't on the best team, and he was carrying them literally. And then of course he goes to to Milwaukee and wins with Alcindor. That was Alcindor's team. Oscar was towards the end of his career. He was still really good, but that Milwaukee team was built well around him with Bobby Dandridge and Lucius Allen and some other guys. So it's. When I think about Oscar, I'm not talking about Oscar in Milwaukee. I'm talking about Oscar in Cincinnati. He was. I mean, to me, what he was in Cincinnati was Jordan. What Jordan was pre-Phil Jackson.
Yeah, and see with me, and that's why I was like, with Russ, like I said, I got a lot of love for Russ. So I said maybe it is me being a little biased, and then me getting mad at the hate that he did. Again, I won't deny that. So that's why I said I'm always gonna give Russ a little more love because I feel like the hate he get he don't deserve it, like at all. Because like a player who played this hard, and he acts like True even said attest to that he has a lot of clutch moments. Like you can't really truly say that Russ isn't clutch all the time, but every player make mistakes in the clutch. But Russ just get majority hate.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that now, like the Lakers want Russ right now as we speak.
I think we live in an era now where the guard.
I don't think that's gonna get him either.
The depth of guard is at its all-time height to where he can put up numbers and people really don't care. If any other player put up these type of numbers, they would be revered way more different than him because we live in this hybrid guard era where so many great guards producing at a high rate,
doing different things at the same
right.
I mean, you always
you had Oscar in the 70s and stuff, but wasn't nobody else. It wasn't too many other players putting up.
Yeah, you always had the scoring guard, right? Yeah, you always had the scoring guard, always had the assist, but now it's like it's just different ways.
It's like 10, 15 of them now.
It's like and it's like you can have a guy that can dominate the whole game. Like even mind you too, you look at the era Westbrook played in also too. He played in the era of a lot of Hall of Fame point guards also. So it's like even his early career and the Darren Williams, Steve Nash's, he came from that era. He got drafted over like the Rondos, the Derrick Roses, to Steph Curry's. Even looking at the Trey Youngs, the Lucas, so you know what I mean. It's unfortunate he gets a lot of hate, When I honestly do feel like he never had a great coach.
Yeah.
He never had a great coach.
Yeah, I think that's some of it true, but also I think it comes in the era of when you look at Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson played in the era where teams were built around the big man.
Yep.
If you didn't have a center, you didn't have Jack.
Yeah, so it kind of highlighted his unique play too.
Right.
You got nowadays you got over 10 guards to average 25 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's no other time it's been like that.
Right. Yeah. And so and now obviously, how many true centers today can you say are locks to get in the Hall of Fame? Maybe 2 or 3.
That's extinct now. A true center is
we
pretty
ain't
much extinct.
We ain't gonna respect Dirkies like that, man. We ain't gonna do that. Thank God.
You gotta cut it out there.
So Clint Capella, so he now playing beats like.
Now let me see what Joe Bond said. Did y'all hear what they said about Ben Simmons? Stephen A. I don't trust everything Stephen A. say.
But he got Philly roots though.
The reason why I say I don't trust everything Stephen A. saying right now at this moment because I haven't been watching. I don't watch First Take as much as I used to. I just hear little things in there. But everything I hear from Stephen A. Smith, he just trying to say something to get attention. He
doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say this perfect. The last couple of things that Stephen A. just said. He said he went from who he's out the KD the best player in the league. Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant.
Donovan Mitchell, best greatest Utah player of all time.
There you go, Donovan Mitchell, the greatest Utah. Consistently just saying shit to get attention. It'll be different. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I said KD. I feel like KD the best player. Cool. That's one thing. But I'm not consistently on here just saying any random thing where it's gonna trigger people. So that's why I say I'm not trusting anything he's saying right now. So
I agree with that. But here's the problem.
I'm not trusting him right now.
Here's my problem with the statement he said. I saw that earlier too. Here's the problem.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. What did he say though? I'm trying to see.
So basically he doesn't work and he gets baby. So all that being said, Stephen A. I just seen the comment. I didn't watch the video. Who is to blame? I said this on UC Sports. Who else is to blame?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if the Sixers allow him to baby him and and Doc Rivers don't put him accountable, saying you need to work more, who else is to blame? I said before yesterday. The Sixers are horrible of developing players.
That's true.
Cleveland Cavaliers develop players better than Sixers.
Yeah.
They may not be winning, but you call about the player development, they got better player development.
Yeah, that's sad but true.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I always tell people. And that's why, true, I'm always big on where you go matters. Organization matters. There are some guys who will go, there's some organizations you'll go to, and this is in football, basketball, whatever. If you go there, they expect you to be what you are. Don't ask them to help you get better because they're not there to do that. They want you to be what they are. They brought you in to be what you are. There's some organizations where the San Antonios, the Miamis, the New Englands of the world, you're going to get better because that's the expectation. So they draft you, they bring you in as a free agent, you're going to get better because that's what those organizations do. I'm not sure that's the Philadelphia 76ers organization. That's not.
I've been there for years because besides Joel Embiid, who would they develop? But Drew Holiday, that was a failed experiment. Iguodala, we seen Iguodala when they left. Iguodala was Drew. There was Tyler Perry in Philly, but when we left, they shown they was better.
Yeah,
and to me, did they really develop Joel Embiid, or he just put on the muscle?
Some players just be good in spite of the situation.
Yeah, I think he just
put on the muscle. Some players are good in spite of the situation. I think a great example was Josh Smith in Atlanta. At that time, I think he had way more potential, but he went to an organization where the culture is not substantive enough for you to respect the process or to hold a young player with potential to a certain standard and say, look, you're gonna have to learn how to play the game or you're not gonna play.
Right.
Josh Smith, that turned from when he was in Detroit.
And some of that's on the player too, right? I'm not saying it's all on the organization. Some of it's on the player. Again, you can be great at one thing, and again, this is what I've always argued about Carmelo Anthony. What has Carmelo Anthony gotten better at in the NBA that he didn't do in college?
Nothing.
He's always a good he always a decent rebounder. Always just
He
good
played the
scorer.
same, like you said. Yeah, he played the
I
same.
mean, he never dominated the rebound as he could. He could have been a way better rebounder, but he just worried about scoring.
Sean, you just hit me. Sean, you just hit me in the head with something though. Because Sean just made a lot of sense what he said. Because no matter, even if you did have the right training camp, if you don't have the mindset or to care enough to get better at something, you won't. Because think about this. Melo probably did have the right people around to get better, but all Melo cared about was scoring 30. As long as Melo scored 30, he was happy. So Ben Simmons probably got that mindset of, well, man, as long as I come out here and do a little bit good defensively, I'm cool.
Yeah. Right, and that's a problem I have with it because that's your number one pick. So you're trying to tell me you interview all these people, and you pick, you know what I mean? Because they have hours and hours of conversation before they draft these players, and like talk about a game. They work these players out.
Yeah,
and you pick this guy. So why? It's like now you're trying to insult. Now it's like, come on, it's crazy because for example, somebody from that same draft, Jaylen Brown. Look at the development of Jaylen Brown compared to Ben Simmons, and they got in the league. Look, it's a big difference of development.
Right. And some of it, again, and again, this is why I always go back to organization. You know what guys are when you draft them.
Yep.
Right. And you know there's some guys you draft, this is just who they are. And, so that's fine. You can win with guys like that, provided you surround them with the right pieces. Right. It just matters. Now, again, there are some guys who are great in college or great coming out of high school who want to be coached, who want to be pushed to that next level. Tim Duncan didn't care about Pop pushing him. He wanted that. He embraced that. It's like, yeah, I'm Tim Duncan, but who cares? Like, I'm going to get better. And for those who never watched Tim Duncan in his career, he got better.
Yes,
great
he did.
And he got better. So a lot of it is, are you willing to say, I'm good, but I'm not just okay with good. I want to be the best version of myself. And part of that is me listening to people tell me, hey, think about doing this, or hey, think about working on that. When Pat Riley was the coach of the Lakers, after every season, he would call guys in and they would do, I guess we would call it the exit interview or whatever. He would give them a grade on their season. And he would give them a list of things that they did well and a list of things that they needed to work on. Everybody. Kareem, Magic, Worthy on down. So when they came back next season, the expectation was your grade should be better because we told you what you need to work on. How you did it is up to you. But that's how it works. I don't know if guys necessarily embrace that kind of criticism today because all they've heard their whole life is how great they are.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
Mike McGee got grade.
You said Mike McGee.
Yeah, exactly. Mike McGee got great. Yeah, Mike McGee. Wes Matthews Senior got a grade too.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen, man. Them cheers.
Sure, you had a laugh.
Hey, listen, man. You average 100 claps a game. It's like
I need you to get 30 more claps a game, man. We need you 30 more claps. I need to hit your chin.
I'm gonna give you a B plus though, but you gotta keep up the good work though. But you keep on working though.
So he gave Joel Anthony a grade. We'll see. I matter what that grade look like.
Word, but Doc don't be doing that, man. Doc is too much of a player coach, man.
That's what I said.
He's too much of a player coach.
Yeah.
He probably got a uniform under his
What you feel about? No, go ahead, Sean.
No, I said in the misnomer, you can be a player's coach, but part of that is being honest and knowing who you have. There are some guys who are so hard on themselves, you don't have to tell them what they need to work on.
Right.
There's some guys who, again, they walk around like, the world is all lilies and flowers and it's all good. It's like, no, it ain't all good because You need to work on this. You have to get better at this.
Right, and that's Doc, and that's Doc's issue, man. Doc don't be honest with people. He don't, and that's if you notice, right. And then people be saying, "Well, Doc won a championship, and Doc and this and that." Like, dog, y'all, that shit was 08. It's 2021. He ain't been to a conference finals in 2012. This is at the end of the day, this is a results league.
Right. Yeah, and then true. Even when I just said on that, Joe Bond, I see you in here. I'm gonna let you get in, Joe Bond. Like even when I just said, I was just talking to Chris on his podcast. I said, like, we give Doc a little too much credit for that Celtics championship because it was more of the team than it was really Doc.
Right.
Like,
Let me piggyback on that too. And all the Celtics coaches that won championships, everybody, if you any Celtics fan, they would tell you that Doc would be at the bottom.
Yeah, easily.
It wasn't even close as a Celtics coach. And I'm not saying Doc ain't a good coach, but let's keep it real. It's not why every time he's somewhere it's some type of turmoil or some type of toxic situation. When he was in Boston, he was on the Clippers. Now the Sixers. Something ain't adding up.
Yeah, there gotta be somebody at some point. Go ahead, Joe Bond. I see you got up in here. What's up?
What up, my G's? I like what Sean was saying. He was saying that sometimes you start to believe the hype about yourself, and you don't think you have to get better. So you rest on your talent alone, and you don't work on your game. And I feel like that's Ben Simmons. He got the big contract. He got all the All-Stars. He got the Rookie of the Year from Donovan when I thought Donovan deserved it. You know what I'm saying? So he has been granted a lot, and he hasn't needed to get better because everybody's already given him everything. You know what I'm saying? So he already feels accomplished. So I feel like that's the reason that he hasn't really developed his game outside of 3 feet, because everybody tells him that he's already great. He's the next LeBron. He's all these things, and we give him this adulation and this love. And we rank him and we give him these all-star ballots when other players have done more and they don't get as much credit. You know, I know, you know, Sean, SB, True, you guys all were in unison saying that he was better than Trae Young. And I thought he was. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because Trae Young is so skilled and he's not athletic. So
it's easy to say that now looking at Trae Young wrong though.
I said it before. I said
you did. I'm saying you did say it before though, but now I'm just saying I'm just saying you see what happened now. It's like it's kind of hard to. We didn't know he's gonna be balling like this in the playoffs. Let's be honest.
Because usually small guards get exposed in the playoffs.
10, True. He's a walking 30 and 10.
Yeah,
that's cool, but it's in the regular season. Listen, I'm not just you was right. I'm just saying it's just now, like saying it now. No, it's easy to say now.
I thought he was. Yeah, I'm saying you're right because usually small guards get exposed in the playoffs, no matter how good they is.
But Trae Young's a transcendent player. You know what I'm saying?
He do.
No, every year 30 and 10 every year, bro.
Listen, he a problem, and that's what it goes. But goes back to that, but Joe Bond, but those numbers, right? But going back to that, Joe Bond, that's all about development. Because here's the thing about Trae Young's situation: he was an All-Star his second year. This year he wasn't an All-Star.
Yeah, but he got robbed. He got robbed.
You can say but you're missing a point. He didn't.
Somebody else gonna get left off.
Hold on, but you're missing the point. You can say, you can say he got robbed or anything. Trae Young don't care about that. I don't think he really cared that he got snubbed. He used it probably for motivation. Yeah, so it's like, so all that being said, though, having Nate McMillan in there, and look how he's getting used at his best ability. Yeah. So now it's like that's all about going development. But in the day, Trae Young still had to put that work in. I'll give him that. Now the Ben Simmons thing. Now, I don't, like you said, this is all report. We don't know what work he really put in. But at the same time, the Sixers it's kind of 50-50 because at the end of the day, Ben got, of course, he got to put his accountability. But at the same time, who was the one who signed him? Who gave him this max contract? It's not, and the thing about the accolades he's getting, that's to the people that have the majority of people that's criticizing him, whatever, on the media, they gave him that accolades. They gave him the defensive player of the year. But they gave him all-team defense. They gave him the All-Stars and the All-NBA third team. Now that's not us. The media did that. The same media that also is turning their backs on him and doing it now. Same with
I
us.
agree. And why is that true? Because of the team success. So once you get team success, now
But why? That's true. That's
so you
true.
get the
That's
accolades
exactly true.
as well. Obviously, Draymond Green. If Draymond Green was on the Hornets, he would never have no All-Star appearances, bro. But he's on the Warriors.
That's not necessary. But that's not
All-Star
necessarily true.
bro.
That's not necessarily true. I understand your point, though. I understand your point, but that's not necessarily true. Because you have people, you got like Nikola Vucevic getting All-Stars, being All-Stars.
Yeah,
stuff
but
like
Nikola
that. So
Vucevic is way more skilled than Draymond. He's not just a glue guy.
Yeah, but he's a small. That's not necessarily true too. But that's still that's small. He's a small market. I mean, it is what it is. Like Andre Drummond, like for okay, like but at the same time, people like Andre Drummond, he's been an All-Star a couple of times and stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, and he has numbers to back it up and prove it year after year. So it's like, I mean, end of the day, Ben Simmons played Philly is one of the biggest markets in the NBA, and Ben Simmons coming in, he was the number one pick on the draft. He was regarded as he's the best player in the draft. He's 6'10" with point guard abilities. So it's like the hype is a combination of everything. The hype, the media, because like you said, the media the one that pushed us to the Ben Simmons and all that. I already knew Ben Simmons had the talent, but I didn't also know that his flaws is going to hold him back to that potential. You know what I mean? I never compared him to LeBron and Magic Johnson. I know of course, they both all three of them have in common is the point guard IQ and ability, but I look at Ben Simmons as him, Ben Simmons. You know what I mean?
And with Ben Simmons, bro, you could tell that like I'm not denying that he hoops in the offseason, but like hooping and working on your game is two. You can tell he don't work on his game.
You're right.
He hooping. Don't get me wrong. I guarantee. I bet he out doing little routines and he playing pickup. We done seen him playing videos playing pickup, but I guarantee he not legitly going somewhere and working on his game. Like
working on the right things.
Right?
How about that,
Chris Berkeley?
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. My opinion, he should have won Defensive Player. Because my opinion, I think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. So it's like he's working on things.
Yeah, I agree.
But not the right things. I mean, I'm not saying working on defense is not the right thing, but also working on other things for your game. So
yeah, and I think too. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
I want because you said he's working on his defense, bro. How the fuck do you work on your defense? Watching film, being like working out.
I mean, that's one of it too.
How do you work on your defense, bro? That's an effort.
No, you got to watch film. You got to watch. You got to watch a lot of film. Listen, to be at that level defensively, you got to watch a lot of film. It's that like you can't just.
He needs to work on his offensive game. His defense.
That's what I said. He's working on it. He's not working on the other
amazing.
Things. But here's the thing, though, and this is what's frustrating me about it. Because my thing, I don't think he needs a jump shot to be who he needs to be. Right? I think all he really needs to do is hit his free throws. That's the frustrating part with me.
I think he needs more than that. True.
No, I'm trying. Listen, he is free. Listen,
his isolation moves, bro, they're so basic. Like, don't get me wrong.
No, but listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I've seen Rajon Rondo. Now, hold on. I do feel he get. But you know the funny thing about Joe Bond? Go look what he's doing in summer league.
Nah, he got the confidence. I seen him shooting jump shots. I seen the video.
Exactly. So I'm not. Listen, he don't gotta shoot. I would like him occasionally shoot a jump shot, stuff like that. But he needs to. And this is what pissed me off. This is the other thing that pissed me off with Doc. You had a player similar to this on your team, and you won championships whether you were successful with.
Who?
Rajon Rondo. I've seen Rajon Rondo because the thing is, Rajon Rondo was more aggressive. Of course, he wasn't afraid of. He was a bad free throw shooter, but he wasn't afraid to go to the free throw line. But the different thing with, but Rondo, I've seen Rondo dominate games with barely outscoring.
Yeah, I would say, but Ben Simmons' IQ not on the level. Ben Simmons' IQ not
exactly,
on the level.
But Doc needs to. But that's Doc got to develop him to be in a. He don't worry about being on the Magic Johnson or LeBron path. He needs to listen, pad your game to Rondo and just times that by 10.
Yeah, a 16 Rondo would be cold.
Where should Ben Simmons operate from? Because on the pick and roll, they're going under the picks. They just disrespected
as they should.
You know,
I think it's a couple things. So I think it's a couple things.
Rolls with him.
So I think it's a couple things,
where
Joe.
Should he operate from? Should he operate on the block? Should he pass on
the
block?
Joe, I think only reason to do it, if you do a pick and roll, you can do a pick and roll, but God be elite with Drum B.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean. I think Sean was trying to get
So
in.
I would say first thing is let's not pigeonhole him as a point guard. I think it's 6'10", 240, 250, whatever he's weighing now. He's really a point forward.
Okay.
And in today's NBA, he should be playing the kind of hybrid 3-4, not necessarily the point guard. Even if you look at their starting five, by size, Seth Curry is really their point guard because he's the guy who's built like a point guard. Danny Green's the two guard because Danny Green's built like a two guard. So I think we can't pigeonhole Ben Simmons as a point guard. I think he's a hybrid 3-4. But I think the second thing is, to answer your question, Joe, I think what you do and where you play him in the half court, you play him in the half court based on what your personnel looks like in the half court. Obviously, if Embiid is on the floor, you can't play Ben on the block.
Yeah.
You have to downsize, and again, that's one of the values of having a guy like Ben at 6'10", who's basically as tall as most centers are in the NBA. Is you can surround him with four wings and play him on the block.
Yep.
So it really just varies. It just depends on what lineups are on the floor with them.
And what do you think about Ben being the screener instead of the one running the pick and roll?
All he can do is screen and roll because he can't pick and pop.
Well, so they can use him as a screener. They do use him as a screener from time to time. And again, they had a couple sets they ran this year, particularly between him and Seth Curry, where he would make a pass to Seth and then go set the screen on Seth's man to try to get him open. So they do use him as a screener. It's not a lot.
I've seen some success with him being the screener.
Yeah,
because now he's on the move.
Yeah, he's on the move, but also the thing when you use him as a screener is, again, if I'm playing him defensively, I'm backing up with that screen. I'm backing up because I know he's probably going to roll to the basket because they can look for a lot going to the basket, which, again, they run a little bit of that for him, but not a lot. I don't necessarily think he has to become a proficient jump shooter. I think he has to become a guy who, if he catches at 15 feet, he's okay pulling up and taking a jump shot, and it's not so, I'm afraid to take it. It's just be a proficient mid-range shooter. I don't ever
Rondo in Boston, man.
Yeah, Rondo became that in Boston. Again, I use Jason Kidd as an example. Jason Kidd. The joke about Jason Kidd when he came in the league, his name wasn't Jason, it was Asen because he had no J.
No J. Yeah, we said that.
So you do the same thing with Ben Simmons. It's literally, and I'm saying that as joking, but Jason Kidd couldn't shoot. He was literally Ben Simmons, but they also surrounded. They had him with Jamal Mashburn and Jim Jackson. It didn't work out because of the personalities, but they surrounded him with guys who could score and who could stretch the floor. So his non-shooting wasn't an issue. So I just think that's really. I'm not ready to give up on Ben Simmons.
No, not me either.
Yeah,
I think we overrated him. You know what I mean? That's the only.
I think the media did that. I think the media did that. I think the media did that, and then people, us as fans watching it, believe that also.
We break down.
I think it started with the media.
That's why I was mad. I was like, "How are we overrating this guy when we break down every game, dribble by dribble, and we're not seeing his flaws?" You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was the only one screaming it. I'm like, "What are you guys seeing that I'm not?" Because
I think that Joe, that comes too with a lot. There are a lot of guys. When things come so easy to you, and again, Ben is a guy because there are parts of the game that come so easy to him that he makes it look really easy. That the pressure and the expectation isn't there for him to improve the areas that he's weakest at, because there are things that just come so easy to him. When you watch him in open floor and you see his vision, his passing, the precision, it's like, man, you get excited by that. And so, of course, because that's the age we're in, we get excited about the things that we see from people. We don't always give them the honest assessment. That's where Philly is with Ben. And True made a point earlier about coaching. Brett Brown was not a very good coach.
No, horrible.
Let's be fair. He was not a good coach. We think Doc's an upgrade, but I mean, right now, I'm hard pressed to say Doc is even an upgrade.
I don't think he is, man. I think I
So,
honestly
so
want.
if they would have won Game 5 because they blew that 20-point lead, and Game 6,
They should have beat the Hawks in 5.
They should beat the Hawks in the game. The series should have been over in 5.
Nate McMillan outcoached Doc Rivers. It wasn't even close. Like he smooth outcoached him, man.
Right.
It shouldn't even been a series. That's the problem. That's the
problem.
That's
Doc's fault. And that's Doc's fault. And like I said, last night I was saying this. People holding that OA championship too high, too much regard for Doc Rivers. Like, listen, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Nobody denying that. But at the same time, he had 3 Hall of Famers in their primes. You couldn't mess that up. And a Rondo, smartest Rondo is one of the best floor generals in the league at the time. Like you can't, I mean, you can't mess that up. And if you even at doing that championship run, it was flaws. That was
Bro,
like,
Rondo
why are we taking 7 games to the Hawks?
He didn't have that IQ, true. Rondo was like a rookie that year, remember?
No, he wasn't. He was his second year.
Second year.
And he always had the IQ. He always had the IQ. He always had the IQ, and he would run like he. Even at that time, even the numbers wise, I'm not saying he was like assists, but he could run floor general wise. When it comes to being a pure point guard, he's still one of the best in the league.
No, he was. But Doc had a lot to do with his development as a point guard. Let's not.
No, here's the thing. No, see, that's a little bit misconception because low-key, that's a little bit misconception because Rondo.
You know what I'm saying? Because Rondo was real raw when he came in. If you're a Celtics fan, so I'm sure you watched.
He was raw, but he always had the IQ. The thing, and that's the thing too about Rondo.
He had to develop that. You know what I'm saying?
No, Rondo always had. No, you don't develop when you have IQ in a game like that as a point guard. You just have it. Doc is a smart person. Doc has IQ himself. Rondo, when he came in,
Rondo had it already.
Exactly, he already had it. Tell you, Rondo was running that offense. Doc wasn't really even calling nothing. It was Rondo. Rondo was calling everything.
Yeah, Rondo is a mathematical.
Doc gets too much credit. He's overrated. He don't really.
He's a Hall of Fame coach, but I think but he put himself in that category of being one of the most overrated coaches of all time. That's why I want Doc Rivers. I'm not like Doc Rivers. Nobody have an issue with Doc Rivers. I don't know him personally, but he's probably a good person. But the longer he coaches, I'm afraid the longer he coaches, he's going to get to that lane of being the most overrated coach of all time if you don't get the job done.
Let me ask you a question. Right? If you swap Doc and Nick Nurse, right? Just swap Doc and Nick Nurse. Is Philly still in this? Is Philly still in the playoffs?
Yep.
Does Nick Nurse have the balls? Does Nick Nurse have the balls to bench Ben Simmons? Is the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't think it's so. I don't think it's so much even the benching of Ben Simmons. I just think there are certain things when you watch that Sixers team this year, and it goes back to Clippers teams previously, and Celtics teams and Magic teams. The lack of in-game adjustments, and the lack of when you look at the OTAs, the OTPs, out of timeout plays, like it's just. I don't see an evolution of Doc's coaching in that space. I think Doc is what he is. And because he's won a championship, people say, well, Doc knows what he's doing because he's won a championship. Well, are we saying the same thing about Rick Carlisle now?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got to be consistent because, it's time, what I mean? It is what it is.
And Magic Magic Johnson, who I adore, was on ESPN yesterday. He was doing a lot of capping yesterday because again,
he was
a relationship based. And I'm like, listen, call it what it is. Doc got out coached by Nate McMillan, flat out. Period. He got out.
There was he act like Tragic Johnson never happened. I just looked at that yesterday.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And again, people are gonna defend Magic. And I'm like, listen, I will defend Magic to the end, but we're not gonna act like Magic in '81 didn't make mistakes against Houston. We're not gonna act like Magic didn't blow the series in '84 against Boston or have his struggles in '83 against the Sixers.
It's crazy. It's like I didn't necessarily have a problem when he said it, but he could have put way more context in the situation. I'm like, come on, Matt. Don't make you act like you never messed up or something. Like you a point guard. Like you should have better insight of the situation and use your experience to it's like, come on, man.
Right. And Magic even said during the documentary, I had to go work on my game. I had to get better,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't.
Now,
Like even when Shaq called Jordan be lazy, so man, it was like, come on, Shaq. Like yeah, that was true, but same time, Shaq put some context to it. Like I would appreciate Shaq saying, listen, I was lazy as hell too.
Right.
yeah.
And he's admitted as much.
He admitted it.
Why you gonna call somebody lazy when that's who you were?
Yep.
Like word, like man, listen, I was in a fat burger every day.
You notice Charles Barkley is very careful about calling guys lazy because that's the MO on his
respect,
career.
and I respect, and see, and he keep it. Like, see, I gotta give him that though. I gotta give Charles that.
Yeah. he be calling him soft though. He goes on that.
Yeah, Charles Barkley was never soft, but he was lazy.
Yeah, so lazy. Yeah, he was.
Look where he at. Look how he got after he retired.
Yeah, got fat. Shaq done got big too. I think Shaq just started.
He got back. He getting in shape though. Now I see him.
He trying to get back in shape. Look, he had too many fat jokes talked about.
Man, listen, listen. When he signed with the Celtics, I was hyped as hell, dog. When I seen him, I was disappointed, man. He stepped on that court. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Wait, he went to the Celtics right after the Suns or
after
Cleveland?
Oh yeah, no, he was done.
I know he was done. I know he was done when Kobe draw like 4 fouls on him, something like that. He was something crazy.
Kobe looked at him. Crazy. What was that? What you were saying?
I'm like,
on the game.
Man, listen,
Doc wasn't being Doc. See, same thing. Doc wasn't being real, man. Doc see, baby.
Shaq's last great year was his first year in Miami. After that, it was basically downhill. It was over with.
Hey, Sean, was you mad when the Bulls beat Miami that year in the first round when y'all was all beat up?
Oh, I was livid.
Yeah,
but I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, it was went crazy out here.
Kirk Heinrich got what? Kirk Heinrich on that team?
I need a I'll get a Kirk.
God.
I'll get a Kirk Heinrich jersey. That's my boy.
Last Kirk Heinrich, wow.
We ain't see a white guard all defensive team player since.
Put some respect on Captain Kirk, man. Captain Kirk, you seen them goggles? Hey, what had me rolling all the time was when let me see if I can pull it up and find it. When he was finna fight Rondo and he pushed him right into it. Oh my God, that was still funny to this day. I love Captain Kirk, bro. That's how low key. When I played 2K, that's how I ended up playing the game with Nate Robinson before because he seen my play. Like I made my dude like Kirk Heinrich on 2K one year. I was bust, bro. He just be so mad, bro. I was like, bro, I'm killing him with a white boy. That was Captain Kirk. I'm like, bro, if y'all know who that is, you can't hate, bro. That's Captain Kirk, man.
That man Doc, yo. That's what I'm saying yesterday, man. Since Doc's on that 10, they ain't gonna win no damn championship, man. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. Yeah, he gotta show me something. He still got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, is he willing to come into the new age of the NBA? Right. It ain't just you telling the guy you got to get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's so much more.
Lose some weight, man. I told people, listen, he gets to 6. He don't need to be 280, man. He gets at least 260. He don't depend on power like that. Like he's still gonna be strong. Right. He don't depend on power.
He's gonna beat Rondo. Yeah, man, stop playing. You see how we were coming out here, True? Stop playing with us.
Rondo was like, man.
Look how he ran up on Rondo. Like, bro, stop playing on me. This Slim Shady.
Rondo was like, what the hell? He crazy.
This ain't Chris Paul. This ain't Chris Paul. You ain't still though.
Oh, come on, hey yo. Rondo and Chris Paul in the playoffs is a dream come true with me, man.
Yeah, this was 09.
You know Rondo a role player now.
I was not fucking with the Celtics around this time, bro. Y'all was in the way, bro. And then Ray Allen, old punk ass.
Ray Allen had a 50-point game in that series.
Oh man, bro. I was not messing with Ray Allen for like a good 2 years.
You talking about Derrick Rose, the rookie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was great. Yo,
KG was hurt. I was like, bro, when D Rose dropped that first game, I'm like, oh, we about to beat y'all, bro.
Kendrick Perkins was cooking too. Glenn Davis.
Nah, bro. It was really Rondo and Ray Allen that was killing us, bro. It wasn't even Paul Pierce. Bro, Ray Allen had that 50-point game. I was so motherfucking man. I love Ray Allen, but like for a good 2 years, I was not rocking with Ray Allen, bro. I was so mad, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. I was mad as hell, bro.
And you know what's crazy, SB?
Mm-hmm.
that Celtics team actually was better than the championship team before Kevin Garnett got hurt.
Yeah, that's crazy about it. Yeah, you're not lying. Because they had Rondo. Rondo was better. Rondo was really just
Rondo came back. He was better, but it was defensively they were better. They were just better. And then KG gets hurt. And I knew when he got hurt, I said, Kevin Garnett, he's never going to be the same again. I knew it. I said, he's never going to be the same again.
Yep.
Rondo, man. That's when playoff Rondo really started. Like he started like, and I'm like, what the?
And the crazy part about it, I just thought about this too, though. Like the Celtics won that first year, but honestly, the Lakers probably could have still really could have won that series. I don't like.
Nah, they couldn't. They couldn't have
won.
Nah,
they have a chance.
They got their ass whooped. They got their ass whooped.
Nah, they have a chance. Nah, listen. Every series, there's a point where one team realizes we can't do nothing with that team. And then that series, when the Celtics came back down for 24, I was like, yeah, they know they don't. The Lakers don't have a chance.
I'm re-looking at this again. Y'all was low-key dirty, bro. Let me show this again. Y'all was low. They showed all the fouls y'all was doing this series.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Different times, man.
Whatever it takes, man.
Look at this, bro.
Hey, man, Rondo. Hey, man, it's a different time, man. Listen.
Oh, nah, man. This was Rondo has been kicked for the gang around this time. If it was this time of year, they finna show it after this. If they show it, I was like, yo.
Yeah, ASB, how long you staying on?
Probably like not that long because I gotta go get the car seat for the new baby.
Oh, okay.
Look at Glenn. I only stayed on a little bit longer because y'all had got it on there. Look at this. Yo. That's why I was not rocking with this. Y'all was low key playing there. Look, every game y'all did something. Yo. Y'all was out of line. Yo. Look at your mans.
Now to play on the ball, man.
Oh my goodness, yo! Oh man, I knew I wasn't right. I didn't like the Celtics around that time, man. You're lucky I wasn't streaming around that time. True, you would have been beefing. Your team is trash. They hurt everybody. They fight more than they hoop. Your bums, y'all
don't do it. Don't do that. We ain't no Detroit Pistons now. We ain't doing that now.
Yeah. Damn near shit. Yeah, but I only stayed on because y'all had joined. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Taj. That was a legend. I'll rewatch that series anytime. That was a legendary series.
Yeah, that was a good series. That was a real good.
Because nobody thought we was gonna, even without KG, nobody thought we was really gonna get them a fight. We came out of ball.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great series, but yeah, Doc. Why that was close?
Since we on top of that, before we get up out of here, what do y'all rank that D Rose versus Rondo matchup? Because that was like one of probably the best PG matchups we had in a while at that time. So what would y'all rank that? Would that be in like top? I want to say top 5. Would it be like top 10 maybe in the playoffs? Point guard battle. Because it was a good one.
It's up there though.
And then Rondo showed up too.
Yeah, Rondo was in his bag.
I didn't think Rondo had that in him.
Yeah, Rondo. That's what Rondo's giving people 10, 20, and like 10, bro.
Hey, that was my reason why at that time when people say, man, Derrick Rose, Chris Paul, the best point guard in the league, I'm like, listen, man, it's Rondo, man. It was time when it was time.
He was never the best point guard in the league ever.
Hey, listen, but here's my point though. You make your money in the playoffs, man. When it's all matter when the game's online.
Like switch teams.
No, wait, no. Wait, Boston Rondo was like the.
Listen, I'm biased a little bit, but that's my only edge was when you show up in the play. Listen, when Rondo playing the play, listen, I see Rondo go head to head with LeBron.
Nah, that's cool. But if you switch the top point guard with Rondo, bro, come on.
I mean, that's cool,
but also that's cool. But I've never seen. But here's the thing, though, in the playoffs, though, right? I've seen Chris Paul play with talented people too. Even now, Devin Booker.
Yeah, so Chris Paul. Let's not do that. Like Chris Paul didn't play with talented players.
And all great. And Chris Paul is a great. Let's get it twisted. Chris Paul is over Rondo all the time. Let's not just get that twisted. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when it comes to who is a better playoff performer, it's not even close as Rajon Rondo. It's not even close. So I mean,
I wouldn't say that.
It's not close.
I
I
wouldn't say
mean,
that.
Chris Paul has. It's about.
I
But
wouldn't
Chris
say
Paul, I feel like for Chris Paul to have it's closer than what you think. But Chris Paul had way more opportunities than Rondo, so that's a bad
I
thing.
mean, he had a better career. He had a better career when it comes to like the as a starting point guard. So he's better than Rondo. But I'm saying as a player performer, it's not better than Rondo.
But that's my point, True. That Chris Paul had way more opportunities than Rondo, where it shouldn't even be close. He should be washing Rondo out. So for him to even so Joe Bonds and you would say no, but you can't deny that it's close. Then you have to put Rondo over him.
Nah,
because Chris Paul had way
because Chris Paul takes teams that shouldn't be in the playoffs to the playoffs.
How?
Doesn't do that.
What teams he didn't? What team Chris Paul was on besides the OKC Thunder that shouldn't have made the playoffs? They took the playoffs. Chris Paul had played with talent, bro. Let's not do that.
The Hornets.
The Hornets had talent. They had a prime David West, a prime Tyson Chandler, a prime Pedro Stojakovic. What are you talking about?
Not talent. That's not talent.
Oh my God,
that's not talent.
I forgot who they played the first round. They pushed them. That's not talent.
Hold on, nah, you out of there.
Joe, I would say I think Chris Paul obviously was the driver behind that team, right? And I thought 2008 Chris Paul was the MVP of the NBA. I think Kobe got it because he had never won it, but Page at that point was pretty much on the tail end of his career, but David West. And was really good, but Tyson Chandler needed Chris Paul to be as good as he was.
Thank you.
Tyson Chandler is not that dude.
Exactly.
Especially offensively.
I feel like he overachieved for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, we act like Rondo. If you took Rondo out them Celtics teams, they were completely different.
Yeah, Rondo again. Rondo's the driver of the car, so I think Rondo deserves a lot of credit. Now, when Rondo said I carried y'all in 2008, he was capping, but
he was capping. He knew he was capping. He knew he was capping though. Yeah. He knew that was off emotion. He knew he was capping.
Yeah,
he was capping. All right,
yeah, he was out of
all the big
that was off emotion. That was off emotion though with him and Red. That was I don't even think he meant that. He know he did that, man.
Yeah, he was out of pocket for that. He know better.
Yeah, he was out of
pocket. Yeah, but Rondo, like I said, but if you look at them later years of that Big Three era, Rondo, without Rondo, we would have lost a lot of series, man. We would have lost a lot of series.
The next year after they won the championship, Rondo was in his bag. But that first year, he didn't.
Even the last year, the Big Three era, man, in 2012, dog, Rondo was the best player.
Yep.
Like I ain't gonna hold you. Rondo didn't play. If Rondo didn't have that perform, like if he didn't perform how he performed in the East Conference against Miami, we probably got swept. But Paul Pierce, he wasn't the same Paul Pierce. KG was not the same. I mean, LeBron was a different LeBron. When people talk about peak LeBron, that LeBron was different.
Hey, Sean, I meant to argue on that. Like one day we might have to debate on this because I might take a step back on saying Heat LeBron was the best LeBron. I think the year when he left Miami that first year in Cleveland was the best LeBron.
You can argue that.
I'm gonna tell you why. I think Heat LeBron was peak athleticism.
No, he didn't play defense. I'm tripping. He didn't play defense.
No, that first year he did play defense.
He didn't.
No, he stopped. He made a conscious. No, he played a conscious effort because he didn't win the first year. He made a conscious effort not play defense.
Yeah, no, he was coasting. He was coasting defensively. And remember, he took 2 weeks off in the season. That first year,
get that vibranium.
Yeah, go back down to Miami and get some of that Miami vibranium, bring it back to Cleveland. He had to clean
that system out, man.
Yeah, it's the reason why I say it's peak LeBron. It's not even just athletically; it's just his ability to impact the game for 40 minutes a night, offensively and defensively.
It was insane, man.
Yeah, it was insane. Listen,
he was cooking Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, I remember it was like LeBron always got the most shot, like bear match with Paul for the most part anyway before Miami. But at that time, I'm like, yo, Paul can't do nothing with LeBron.
Yeah, no, LeBron was cooking Paul Pierce. Rondo, I think because it was just because remember, LeBron still had flaws in his game. Once he went to Cleveland, he really didn't have no flaws in his game, and he was still that same athletic as he was when he was with Miami, but he got the skills where he could shoot, got the post game now, everything. As I said, the skills was with it too. That's why I said maybe that first year in Cleveland.
Even the shooting aspect too of LeBron was not as consistent at times though. Mm-hmm. He was so unstoppable to get to the rim though. It wasn't. It didn't even. He was that good. His ball. It didn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm
you
not
can.
gonna lie.
I mean, you can argue it. I'm just saying, but like, if not, it's probably either like the first year
Man, you
Cleveland
remember when
or
you jumped on John Lucas, man. You jumped on John Lucas. Come on, man. He
yeah,
jumped on
he
John Lucas.
he was out of line for that.
And people
I'm
forget,
just saying,
like,
that's some different.
I mean, he was 50-40. His free throw shooting was not great, but I mean, he was 50-40 basically 2 years in Miami. You know,
No,
when
he was
50-40.
56.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm saying 54.
56 from the
I used
field
to,
goal,
right, and I'm saying, and he shot
which
almost
is
40% from
retarded.
three.
I just looked that shit up yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I was like, 56
He
field
had like
goal
a stretch of
attempts. What
game.
the
He had no
fuck?
foul.
Yeah, he had like a
So
stretch of
crazy.
games where he was like
And
60,
40 from the
40,
three. Sean's right.
85.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Sean's right.
mean,
40 from the
it's
three.
yeah, it's not a. I mean, listen, and again, I know everybody said he going back to number 6 in LA. It's stupid because don't switch positions. That's another story for another day. The point is you can put on. You will never be number 6 like you were in Miami.
Yeah,
It's
like,
never
yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
A lot of
that
people
was
got
crazy.
hyped for that when he did that. Oh man, it's like, come
Six
on,
LeBron back. Let's go,
in
man.
Miami,
Uh,
he
Six
put a double
LeBron.
team.
Let's go.
Yeah.
like it's not
Here.
Undertaker. This not last ride Undertaker. Like they act like you know what I mean. It's
This ain't
Undertaker.
wrestling.
Yeah,
It's like
you know what I'm
Undertaker.
saying?
You
I
just
mean,
gonna get it back.
Undertaker.
y'all know I'm not a Drake fan, but 6 God Drake is different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Like, you know, that but that's over with. You can't just go be I'm gonna go be 6 God Drake again.
Right.
Like it's over.
Or future right after he come from getting with a shorty coming to the studio, and like that future different. Or a heartbreak
Yeah.
future. That's a totally different future. The regular everyday
Like,
future.
Yo, so
LeBron did well, bro.
Hey, I learned to like speaking of rapper, like because then I forget to get off. But did you know that the Gucci flip flop song was about him being with Larson Pippen, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't know that.
I know.
It was a bunch
Bro,
of
he literally, but he didn't say the name, but they pretty much like could put in context and then put 2 and 2 together. So that man literally went and did that, and then he said he seen the Gucci flip flops right there. Then he went to the studio after that situation and then made the song. And he just walked right in the studio and just made that. Like
Man, that's crazy.
he said he did it in Gucci flip flops. So man, hey yo, man, that's I was like, man, I don't know, man. I know I got 2 kids. Man,
That's why he the GOAT. The GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT. Yeah, future level. But yeah, nah, man.
stupid, yo.
I don't know if I'm going. I probably ain't going live tonight. I gotta get some sleep and shit. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be more consistent. Just a lot going on. Got the new job. Then the baby should be here by Thursday, Friday. Got that coming. A lot of life stuff going on. But I'm definitely gonna be live. Drop more videos.
That's
man.
good.
Most important thing. Hey, Joe, do you ever come over to U3?
He ducking that smoke.
What?
Joe Barr, you never go to U3?
Yeah, I'll come to U3. I'll come anywhere. I ain't worried about no
Yeah, you
smoke.
ducking
I'm
that
here for the
smoke.
smoke.
You ducking that
nah,
smoke.
I'm here for the smoke. A lot of my predictions been coming true. I told you guys the Hawks were going to
Come
shock
on,
the
man.
Hey, but remember I told you KD is the best player in the NBA. Won that right?
Man, he ain't better than
East.
Giannis.
Of course,
man.
I agree with you. I'm not.
Nah, he ain't
I can't
better
argue
than
that. Why would I
They
argue
that hook shot in the crunch time, man. He that hook shot in the crunch time.
But yo, let me ask you
Mario.
y'all don't think Chris Paul his playoff woes are attached to injuries for the most part?
Yeah.
It is though, but to say
So I don't know how that's a failure though. You know.
I mean, here's the thing though, right? Here's the thing though, right? At the end of the day, B said this. It is true. I don't agree that like he used the not showing up because of his injury, whatever. But the number one ability is availability at the end of the day.
But that sounds good, but that's not
day,
realistic. True.
I mean, but it is realistic because
it is realistic.
Okay, look at Michael Porter. Michael Porter. What pick was? Okay, Michael Porter Jr. is a super talented player, but what pick was he?
What was that?
Jerome B was the number 3 pick in the draft because of injury. So it's like
that counts, bro. It's part of the game.
I mean, it do
it's
count.
Part of the game, but it doesn't. That doesn't tell the whole story. You can't say
we're not saying it doesn't, but it's saying. I mean, it's. I'm not gonna call Chris Paul a failure. I'm not gonna call Chris Paul a failure.
The Lakers were hurt. We can't say that they're failures because they got knocked
but,
out.
But this is my new saying. But hold up though, Joe Bond. But going back to my new saying, you deal with the calls you dealt with, man.
They weren't available.
But Joe Bond though, going back to deal with the call you dealt with, LeBron James want to play with AD. He already knew AD had injury history. So it is what it is, man.
And then LeBron don't like people who are injury prone because when he trying to trade Kyrie Irving, once Kyrie Irving got hurt the next year, he know. That's part of the game.
I'm just saying, you deal with the cards you dealt with. They knew they couldn't shoot shoot. They knew that team couldn't shoot.
I just don't look at it like that, man. Because when you're on the court and they're healthy, they perform a certain level. So if they're not on the court, then you can't judge them.
Okay,
Like, you know what I mean?
Why Kim Walker got traded? Then why Kim Walker got traded?
Kemba Walker.
Yeah, he got one reason why I got traded
I
because
didn't think
he ain't been healthy.
I didn't think he
ain't been healthy.
He's not healthy.
That's one of the reasons he ain't been healthy.
Yeah, but all right, man. I'm finna get up out of here. I'm finna call see this lady. Yeah, I'm finna get I'll be on.
Sean. We said what we say, Joe.
I'll be over there.
Yeah, man. Come on over, man. Come on the panel, man. Love to have you.
Yeah, go ahead and get cooked up.
Lord Gamer, Lord Gamer be cooking people over there now.
Oh my God! All right, man. We gotta get up out of here, man. Salute.
All right, man. Salute.
All right, salute.
Working, I don't take the day off. I know my hard work gon' pay off. Please do not act like you know me when you see me in the playoffs. I try to be cordial with everybody. I don't make problems with nobody. I was trying to mind my business, but they made me hit the kill switch. Binocular flow, you can see it close. I turn in a scar if you need a rope. A nigga Mufasa, I symbolize. Akuna Matata, I almost died. Play your position and stay alive. I made it far, but I never changed. I clean my image and got a name, but I kept ties with the other side. We do not seek if you run and hide. We just gon' wait till you come outside. Fuck around, probably just run inside. You better pray we don't come inside with no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. Woo! This is my initiation. Yeah, no invitation. Kill you with no hesitation. Yeah. This is my initiation. Leave you in cold blood. Now you could really be froze up. I don't spend my money on lesser things. I can't afford a wedding ring. Don't play with my life, it mean everything. I made it through strife, I was second string. Now I be coaching the whole team, and I got a really big ring. I got a question. Which way you ladies gon' keep it thorough? Come to my crib with the least apparel. Show up naked, but you leash your nail. Just keep it real. You know a nigga impatient. I'ma take you down, no debating. Just let me come to your crib with no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. It's my initiation. Woo, no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. Whoa. Kill you with no hesitation. Whoa. This is my initiation.
Like, subscribe.